Oh, good morning. Oh, that's it's just right there, isn't it? Moshi Moshi, I think, is the one we're looking for as we step on into another Strim on a wonderful Thursday. That's not the day that Stuart's father left him. That was on a Tuesday. At least if I'm correct there. That sounds really loud. That's probably because I was watching something like, you know, the I don't like when things say fatal error. That's terrifying. It's never happened before. What kind of fatal error is that? What's happened? I'll have to figure it out. Hopefully I just hit OK and then everything is okay, right? What if it doesn't? What will we do? Holy shit. You have to. I don't understand. How are you not giving me more information? Literally fatal error? Like that's it? All right. We'll shut Steam down for a hot minute before we have a true crisis on our hands. That's terrifying. What on earth has happened to the game of Octopath Traveler? All right. Something about the Unreal Engine 4? How am I supposed to know? Give it to me, game. Give it to me. Oh, notifications. Gotta love notifications. I have no notification. You told me I had a notification to tell me that I had no notifications. Are you? I'll give it to you, Steam. You're beautiful at times. You're beautiful. Okay, thank God. I think crisis averted. As with everything with computers, ladies and gentlemen, simply turning it on and off again fixes almost 95% of the world's problems, and thank God for that. I don't know. I would have cried a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Like there may have been a tear that may have shown itself. But I think that's why I is. Yeah, well, help me well. No, that don't work. Captain Jax, how are you? Bruh. It's leaving my body. How are you? 62 hours deep into the Gold Shore. Hopefully I don't have to go and readjust things as we go, but yeah, it would probably be better if there's actually an actual habanos cubano in there. Instead, I just get to smell a cigar that was once in my cigar holder. I'll have to put another one in there eventually. I think I got 3 or 4 left from the spring. So I was like, Jordan has something in his mouth. Is this your only fan? A stogie? Yeah, or a stoogie? Yeah, a stogie. Yeah, I do enjoy those, like Arnold. yes, like Arnold. I will never forget when I'm trying to remember what his name is. He is a comedian that does impressions, and I can't remember who it was, but he was talking and he was making an Arnold impersonation, and he was show me your leadership capabilities. I can't remember. Anyways, Jordan the Stud. Let's not go too far. I mean, I do think of myself as stud-like, but I you know, they're out there. All right, they're out there. Let's go take a look at the world map, because I don't think we're needed in the Gold Shore anymore. I think we're still on the chapter 3. Chapter 3. There's a dresser. Chapter 4. And there's Osiris chapter 3 right on there, level 4. Okay, there's a lot right here to interact with. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, Primrose. So I think is that it? So we got a Cyrus the Virus and a Primrose chapter. Which one are they? Both 40? Does it matter? Okay, maybe we can tackle those. So we need Primrose in the party. Is she in the party? No. So maybe we'll do the Cyrus one for. No, game. I didn't hit back that many times, you silly nanny. We'll go and do this one. In the Highlands, the Stone God. That's right. I had business here. As we make our way to Stone Guard after learning that the original copy of the tome you seek might be there, but you can't help but feel that someone's been watching you. Continue the tale. I know yesterday was a rough day for a few people. I preemptively poured more alcohol just to be on the safe side, because some of these things can take a long time. And if I have to put alcohol in my drinks for 4 more years, I'll certainly do it. Some might be saying, Jordan, you always have a drink. And right there's the you knows it all right there. I'm happy for your people. I mean, it's not even my people. I'm a Canadian. I don't really know what's gonna happen with the Canadian stuff, but I mean, you know, I don't get to be like in a European where I get to watch from afar. You know, essentially we're a little too close to home that if you know shit truly goes down, we're attached to the ship, essentially. So we're gonna go down with it. So I might actually meet Lothars at that point. You know, if Canada and America tilt in some way, shape, or form, and everyone comes sliding on down, I might have to wave to him as he comes sliding on down, or I might slide past him. You never know how it goes. But in Quarry Crest, Cyrus used his sexual powers of deduction to get to the bottom of a series of kidnappings perpetrated by the depraved scholar Gideon, who was harvesting the villagers' blood for his dark research. It was in Gideon's sickening laboratory that Cyrus discovered it. What is it? A high five! Ow, hit my chin there. A translated copy of From the Far Reaches of Hello Operator, Give Me Number 9. Through the history of the dark arts intrigued him, he could not sit idly by while his peers used knowledge for evil. And so Cyrus came to Stoneguard, where the tome was bound. Would he find answers here, or only more dreadful questions? I'm going to assume more dreadful questions. Stoneguard, at last. How you doing, Lothars? Just hanging in like a hangnail? Afraid to cut it off for fear that it will hurt more than less? A sprawling city if I ever saw one. Talk about searching for a needle in a haystack.
Now then.
Well, let's review where we stand. Like as not, the translated copy of From the Far Reaches of Hell was produced by a bookmaker in this town. But where to begin my search? Cyrus, how about a library? Just right off the top of the head, bud. Logically speaking, it would make the most sense to begin at the source. Which means head straight for the library. The bindery, of course. Where else? Is that what they call libraries in this game? Did I hear Dwayne The Rock Johnson talking in behind the mountain there or something, or what? Very well, let the investigation begin. Are we being watched by the mountains, The Rock, the man in black? Travel banter, who doesn't appreciate that?
Take care.
You know, I feel it now too. The unmistakable sense of being watched. For my part, the feeling was faint at first and came and went, but it grows stronger with every step we take, every move you make. Enter song. Indubitably, your instincts are sharper than mine. How did you acquire them, I wonder? I can't say. It is something I learned on the battlefield. By what means, I do not rightly know. Oh, I was hoping there was some easy trick to it. It is easy enough if you are willing to fight as many battles as I have. I think easy here means something different to you and me. Fair enough. Even a scholar such as yourself cannot know everything's there until you know of this world. No more travel banner. What's the levels looking at like? So we got Ophelia. Is status gonna bring up the parties? No, probably not. All right, I'm gonna have to maybe go on off to a tavern and just make sure that we're as high leveled as possible. It looks like we are. Might even be a little rough with Primrose at 27. Your next thing's gonna be level 40. Yeesh. I don't know if I'm gonna have to do some grinding or something. Somebody find some Levi's jeans to grind on, okay? Friction solves all problems.
Indeed.
Bookbinding requires the finest of materials. Let's see now. Testimony. I sold a book of my making to Dominic, a translator. His home lies on the east side of town. You know, I did hear that Dominic does love him some chicken tenders. Well, now it would seem I owe this Dominic fellow a visit. Should be able to find him in the workshop just east of here. I've already stolen from you. God. All these places I've been, I've stolen from every single person here. Except for you. I have a healing grape. Have I ever gone in the French-speaking part of Canada? Yes, I have been in Quebec. When I was younger, I was in grade 7, I think. So probably like 12 or 13. And through my work, I also relatively deal with a few people who speak French. I beg your pardon, is this the residence of...
My apologies.
Well, I don't know who you are, but I'm not in the mood for company.
A moment of your time.
I mean, if you could just spare a moment, kind sir, there's something I'd like to ask you.
Be gone with you.
I said I wish no one. Leave me at once. But obviously nowadays it's much more simple. Like, I mean, again, most people. I can only speak for a few, but what I generally find and what I sort of read about on the internet, if that's led to believe, I would assume most people in Quebec, at least probably in the larger cities, Montreal, Quebec City, I assume most of them, if not can speak fluently English, understand enough of it to get by, like if they run into someone who just speaks English. But I don't think they really like to speak English. They're a very weird province in our country, and good for them for holding on to their language, because you know it is an official language here in Canada, but you know they really only speak it in parts of Ontario, generally all of in Quebec, and then a little bits of parts of the Maritimes where their province will border with them. It just sort of makes sense, but. It's a whole country. I mean, is the law, order, and stuff same for you all? I mean, yes, essentially. I mean, it's For government work, regardless of where you are in our country, if someone wants to be dealt with in French and they're not in Quebec, they still have to be dealt with in French. That's their right. Just as the same as for us to be in English. But in Quebec specifically, they have language laws where everything has to essentially be in French first and then English second. Whereas everywhere else in our country, you'll see like, just think of like advertisements or think of something that like has the, like, look, I can show you something fairly simple. So just as something as simple as this notebook. Hopefully it doesn't get, it's gonna get, because it's not gonna pick up on a face. So of course it wouldn't. Because it's blurred. I don't know why. But it has to say like what it is. So it says subject notebook. And then right beneath it, it says Kahir Sujit. So I mean, Kahir is notebook in French and Sujit is the subject. Or that's the meaning of it. And I'm sure I butchered that. But yeah, that's sort of like everything has to have French and English on it. Literally everything. You want to sell something in Canada, it has to have both of our languages as a product on it. It opens up a lot of jobs if you speak French, Ryan McCann. Oh yeah, like especially more so probably where Lothar's lives than where I live. Especially for government work. Like again, it opens up so many avenues for you if you can speak both of our languages. And a lot of people don't. Most people just speak English. But it absolutely would help you going forward if you could understand both languages. So Dominic sounds like he's a stubborn one, though. So pray forgive the intrusion, and a good day to you, sir. It might behoove me to find out a bit more about our friend Dominic. But as I was gonna say, is like nowadays, like it hasn't happened in a while. But if I'm interacting with someone at my work who really just speaks French, I mean that's where like Google Translate is huge, and back when I was 12, obviously that wasn't a thing, but it's a huge help, and they appreciate it because you can speak right into your phone and it'll turn it into French for them, and you're both on the same page without getting mad at each other just because you can't understand each other, right? It might as well be a foreign language to me. So you were refused. Indeed, it would appear we have no one to rely upon but ourselves. This Dominic fellow, stubborn cute, wouldn't you say? A type regrettably common in the world of philosophy and science. So you're gonna find out more about him? Certainly. I mean, if I can do that, I might find a means by which to make him listen to me. I shall start by talking to his colleagues and other associates. Well, good luck. Those bookish types are baddier than the carrion caves. Myself included? Yourself included. Mm-hmm. I do my best not to indulge in idle gossip. Alright then, so what can I steal from you? An olive o' life, olive bloom. I just took this whole woman's whole deal. Well, let's see now. That Dominic went and shut himself off from the world after his only daughter succumbed to sickness 15 years ago. That is unfortunate. I want to try that new AEW wrestling game. Wait, like the one that came out like last year? It's probably a good time to pick it up, as it's probably a little bit cheap, but I always loved those as old wrestling games. I don't like the 2K wrestling games now, but I always love like WrestleMania 2000, WCW versus NWO Revenge, those games. Like I like those games back on the 64, and I think it's sort of supposed to be similar to it, but I don't think it nails all of the spots, but I haven't played it, so I don't know. Dominic had a translation commission he thought would earn him a fortune. Still ruse the day he said yes to it. Poor lad. I'm actually going to pick those up again because I'm getting that analog N64. So how big is that analog N64 thing? Is it the same size as an N64? Do I have to look this up? testimony. Sold some medicine to Dominic about 15 years ago, I think. It was in a spot of a bother, as I recall, financially speaking, so I gave him a discount.
Very well.
And that should do it. I dare say Dominic will be hopefully more talkative this time. Yeah, we hope. Whether or not, I don't know. I think it's the same size as N60 more, maybe slightly. So, can I ask, like, what's the deal with all of these systems like that coming out lately that are able to utilize the actual, like, games? It's hardware emulation called FPGA. Okay. Because, like, I was talking yesterday, like, I know of, like, you know, I think it's the FrameMeister, and a lot of streamers use that to, you know, they have their original hardware and then they hook up, you know, the other stuff to it, and then it turns it into, you know, an HDMI signal, and then you can, you know, hook it up to capture cards or play it on, you know, new TVs and whatnot, and it makes it simple, but it's expensive, at least the last time I've looked at anything, and of course, it still sucks because, you know, a lot of people don't have all the original software, of course. Field programmable gate arrays, FPGAs, are integrated circuits often sold off the shelf. Okay. Maybe I was just unfamiliar with it.
Excuse me.
Beg your pardon, Master Dominic. I am Cyrus the Virus, scholar upon called earlier. You again? I already told you I don't want to see you. 15 years ago, who did Dominic lose to his sickness? Daughter. It's not like the FrameMeister, but it's just different emulation. FPGA is just hardware level emulation by programming chips directly to emulate the hardware functions instead of relying on software to do it. That's okay. Yeah, that makes sense. What task did Dominic take on to pay his debts? He translated a book.
But of course!
Yes, if my reasoning is correct, that's all indubitably why Dominic has cut off all contact from the outside world. I don't mean to open up old wounds, friend. But I have heard that you lost your dear daughter to illness some 15 years ago. Oh, okay, so yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the way I've always understood it. And, like, I think the thing that people like with the FrameMeister is you can... I mean, it's weird because emulation does this as well. But you can put, like, scan lines in to make it look like, you know, as if you were playing on an old CRTV and, you know, make things a little bit better and whatnot. But, you know, I guess that's two ways of looking at it, whether you want the hardware part or if you want to go the software route. But, yeah. Since then, you've secluded yourself and cut off all contact with the outside world. In order to procure the elixirs that might have saved your daughter, you needed coin, quickly, and in large quantities. And so you accepted an unusual task.
Yes.
To wit, producing a translation of From the Far Reaches of Hell. Who told you this?
Now then.
The book that you translated is now in my possession. Clearly, you are a scholar of great knowledge and wisdom. You took care to omit the most horrific passages, doubtless because you recognized the danger they posed. As an academic, I will not stand idly by as knowledge is used for the purpose of evil. And so I ask you, commission this translation from you. Yes, I've heard about those too, the Retro Tink, yeah. Because the FrameMeister is like, what, almost double the cost of a Retro Tink? And I can't remember which one has the add-ons, or maybe it's both of them. Like, one of them is like the thing that you buy, and then you buy the add-ons for each one that you want to play. And like, still, you know, the base unit is, you know, X amount of money, and then each, you know, unit's an extra 50, 75 bucks or whatever. I think that's what it is. Good to get finally talking with you, Dominic. But, you know, that's expensive, right? You know, an alternative to a FrameMeister, you know, is 325 bucks. It's probably 450 Canadian. That's a lot of money.
Listen.
But where should I even begin?
In truth,
15 years ago, a man came here with me to request that he was in dire import. Strangely, I can't recall his name. He was a scholar, and from his words one could tell his mind was as sharp as a blade. But what I remember more than anything were his eyes, which burned blood red with a zeal of knowledge that bordered on obsession.
what in the...
Red eyes. Could it be? No. Perish the thought.
After that,
They say in recent years he accepted a prestigious position at the Royal Academy in Atlastan.
it couldn't be.
Good gods. Headmaster Yvonne?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all coming back to me. Yvonne was his name.
In truth,
He came to me, a mighty and venerable tome in hand. That tome was from the far reaches of hell. I did not have to think twice.
is that so?
Knowing full well the danger posed by the forbidden knowledge within?
Yes.
Yes, I was not blind to the risk. And yet, what choice did I have? The medicines my daughter required cost a veritable fortune, and I am but a humble scholar. So you followed Yvonne's instructions to the letter?
Yes.
Yes, I translated that dreadful tome. All the while fearing for my life what horrors might come to pass if the knowledge fell into the wrong hands. In the end, even the rarest of elixirs could not save my poor girl. Looking back, I believe this was divine punishment for my sins. Headmaster Yvonne, whatever was the man thinking? You say the book is in your possession. I beg of you, promise me.
Leave it to me.
I will see that it is never again used to bring pain and suffering. You have my word. The pain and guilt you bear is surely beyond my understanding, but I hope this will bring you even a small measure of solace. Rest your heart easy, my friend, as best as you can. If you're still looking for Xenoblade games, they're still available on that site that I told you about. I know I have it literally bookmarked. It's one of those deals where
You have
like
my thanks.
I don't know if you think away the same way as I do. I could go and buy them now, and they will sit here and collect dust. But I would love to have them to play them, obviously. But at the same time, I'd be like, no, I'd rather buy them when I know I'm going to play them. But the problem is, like, they're hard to get, and I'm sitting here like, like, oh, should I get them? Like, I'm sort of feeling like with them coming out with that Xenoblade Chronicles X, just coming out, the one that was on the Wii U that nobody played because nobody but me and maybe you owned a Wii U. And so I'm wondering, like, if they're realizing, like, there's no reason, like, I know Nintendo's weird about their games, but I think a lot of people really do enjoy the Xenoblade stuff, and I would love to get into it myself. But they're a good series. Like, I feel like, they won't be out of print type of thing. And of course, it's weird. Nintendo systems, I don't know if maybe it's just because it's carts and they're small and, they're compact. And the fact that, you really don't have to worry about installing them or anything. But, like, I like them for physical copies of games. I don't have any digital games on my Switch. But everything else, like, screw it. I have no interest in having a physical copy of a game anymore. I don't know why, but Nintendo's that weird thing. Cyrus, was it? You have my thanks. I don't care about physical at all, other than some certain games. Yeah. And you know what's weird? Like,
Now.
I know like hard drives can fail just as much as a cart can or whatever, but it's it's a weird thing of like when my nephew was over with his Switch. I don't know what happened with his OLED Switch, but like he went to put in games and the reader stopped working, and you know I felt a little bad for him. I was like, you know, you can play mine, you know, it's no big deal. But they're really I would assume he probably had to send it back to Nintendo to get it fixed or whatever, and pay probably a few bucks. But I mean, like, you know, I have essentially a launch Switch that has worked day in and day out, no issues whatsoever, and I've never had a problem with a Nintendo product. I mean, of all the things I can say about Nintendo stuff, they make good equipment. Like, I mean, I still have a working Nintendo, a working Super Nintendo, but at the same time, and I don't want to say that my nephew doesn't take care of stuff. I'm sure he does, but I mean, you know, 42-year-old man, you know, 12-year-old nephew. I mean, I know how 12-year-olds are, right? So, I mean, you know, even if he does try to take the best, you know, best care of it, I mean, I know that 12-year-olds can be a little bit rough with their stuff, right? But, yeah, it sucks. But I haven't talked to him, you know, because he lives out east, so the last time he was here, he brought it, so. Well, and that's what I'm sort of saying, like, you know, he did have some games that were downloaded, so he could play those, but, you know, it's sort of it could be both ways. It could have been like a hard drive or the flash drive that's on the Switch that breaks, then all of a sudden you can't load up your other stuff, right? But, you know, then your physical games would work. It could be either or, right? Are we going to keep hiding in the shadows, or shall we end this charade? So you were wise to my presence.
Just so.
I knew I was being followed, yes? Fancy meeting you outside the academy. You are the headmaster's assistant, Ms.
Call me Lucia.
Lucia.
Greetings.
A pleasure. And why have you followed me here, Miss Lucia?
I apologize.
Forgive me, Professor Albright, I meant no offense. I overheard that you were investigating the whereabouts of a certain tome. A tome by the name of From the Far Reaches of Hell. Is this correct? And what if it is, Lucia?
In truth,
What I'm about to say, I ask that you keep in the utmost confidence. I have reason to believe Headmaster Yvonne is plotting something unsavory involving the self-same tome.
Why?
So the thief who stole the book from the archives was...
yes.
Yes, the headmaster himself. Of this I am all but certain. The headmaster's assistant I may be, but first and foremost I am a scholar in my own right. I will not stand to see my profession's good name sullied by one who would use knowledge in the name of evil. This is why.
Indeed.
You came here seeking my aid.
Correct.
Yes, my intuition as an academic tells me that you are a man to be trusted. As you may be aware, Headmaster Yvonne hails from Stoneguard himself.
Yes.
I was planning on investigating that very matter after I was done here. The house in which he was born still stands. Yet there are ominous rumors about that place. I have ascertained its location, but I'm hesitant to investigate further on my own. And so I ask, Professor Albright, pray lend me your aid.
I see.
Well, before I promise anything, I would see the house with my own eyes.
Correct.
I understand completely. You'll find it on the north side of town. Has Nintendo said... I mean, I know, like, a lot hasn't really been said about the Switch 2, other than, like, you know, most recently about, like, it being backwards compatible, which we still don't know whether it's cart-based or software-based or whatnot.
Shall we begin?
Have they said, like, their new one will be an OLED or not? Like, I would assume, like, with the technology, like, I mean, I think the OLED Switch is, like, what, $100 more than the base one? And, you know, even still, like, what, the OLED's, like, what, 3 years old itself? Like, I wonder if they'll just go with OLED and that'll be just the main thing. There's a rumor of 2 SKUs. I wonder... My assumption would be is that the 2 SKUs would be... yeah, it could be... I was going to say one would be dockless, like the Switch Lite, and then the normal Switch. So maybe there would be like a... I hope they call it the Super Switch. But, you know, like one that's with the dock and then one that's just, you know, dockless, dickless, if you will. But yeah, maybe one would be OLED. Because like I said, I have no need for an OLED Switch. Because I like playing it all on, you know, on the TV, right? And, you know, for someone like my son, it's irrelevant. He doesn't know the difference between, you know, 4K, 2K, OLED, LCD, you know, all that stuff. So if that's a way of saving $50, $75, $100, whatever it is, because I don't think Nintendo will go the route of different hard drive space. I really think like they've still got it figured out with the carts, and that works out well for them. That's the crazy part. I only played the Switch on the TV once, really. Yeah, I mean, yeah, to each their own, right? And I keep telling my son, because I have 2 docks. I have one in his room and one in right here. Like I have the main one here, and then I bought like a Best Buy version one or whatever. But I keep telling him, I'm like, you know, you can play the Switch on your TV in your room, and he's like, but how? But so I haven't introduced him to the Pro controller. Like he's looked at it and he understands it, but I would probably have to just take the 2 Joy-Cons and just put them together, because that's how he plays the Switch, is, you know, holding the Joy-Cons. So he understands that concept. Especially if you don't tell him about it. Well, that too, of course. As for whether or not I can cooperate, I'll give you my answer there. Is that acceptable?
Thank you.
But of course. Thank you, Professor. I'll go on ahead and meet you there. How you doing, RJD? Your oldest is starting to talk about 4K because other kids' parents have it. I could not care less about it, or 8K, or whatever. So, I still think it's still, like, I know the PlayStation 5, when it launched, had 8K on the box, and now I think they got rid of the 8K, which is funny. Because I think 8K exists. But, as someone who worked, you know, at the Canadian version of Best Buy back in the day, before, you know, like when flat panel TVs were starting to become the thing, before 1080p even exist, it was always funny to hear a customer come on in and want to buy the biggest, you know, 1080, give me 1080p TV, I want HD. And you had to explain to them that at that point, cable and everything was still relatively in its infancy of HD. It wasn't a thing, right? Like, you were lucky if you were getting, I think, 720. But everything, I think, on cable essentially was 480p or interlaced or whatever, right? And so the only way to get HD was via movies and via a Blu-ray player, right? Because even DVDs, you'd have those upscaled ones that might do 480p, but everything was like 380 something or whatever. And I always remember, like, these people would, you know, these people who were relatively well off but were clueless would go and have to buy the giant 60-inch TV, and they would be like, now, you know, so I just plug this into my cable box and, you know, 1080p, and they're like, no, like, there isn't no 1080p coming from a any signal currently. Like, at all. Not satellite, not cable. No one's doing 1080. You know, if you want to watch something 1080p, you have to buy this Blu-ray player for $1,000. And then you have to buy the Blu-rays at 35, 40, 50 bucks a pop at the time, because they were brand new. And they're like, oh, you know, it wasn't until, like, you know, TVs were, you know, now all HD, right? But what's wrong with a PS5? Nothing's wrong with a PS5. To be an American, $500, $800 for a Canadian. You still have a TV from 1978 in your house? I don't want to hear a damn thing about it. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could find them used, but I'm not interested in buying used consoles, but I'm also not interested in buying a PS5 for probably the 3 games that I'd like to play on it, so yeah. I'm happy with my PC.
Well met.
Studying the Ventus dynasty, which prospered 3 centuries before our time, Ventus III is my favorite of the kings. He was renowned for his drawings and paintings. Were they naked people? Strange thing is, one day Ventus III suddenly stopped painting and never touched a brush again. It's as if he's lost his muse. A queer mystery, fair to say, and I'm setting about to solve it. Yeah. I mean, and for you, RJD, what do you have, four children? Like, do you have to buy, like, each one? Like, I mean, I'm not saying you'd have to buy 4 PS5s. Like, I mean, you know, that's expensive enough for someone to have to get and just explain, like, you know, everyone's got to share or whatever, but that still is, that ain't cheap, right? 6! Sorry. Can you imagine 6 PS5s? Oh, God. Yeah, like that's the thing. 8K I'm sure exists, and I don't know if Ultra Blu-rays do 8K. Like, I don't know what IMAX resolution is or whatever. But like, sure, you can buy an 8K TV, but if there's not a source that can produce 8K material, then what's the point of saying you have 8K, right? I think what Sony was doing at the time was they're probably just thinking like future-proofing the system. Like, hey, if we just put 8K there, and then in 3 years when 8K becomes normal, you know, that way we can say that we can do it. Despite the fact that it wasn't until like a recent update that like they couldn't even do like 1440p. It was either like 1080p or 4K, I think was it. Like, no in between. Buy a lot of cooperative games, and they play Minecraft on the Switch. Not many one-player games in my house. Well, that's good. That's good. This is where Headmaster Yvonne was born and raised. According to the neighbors, it was laying abandoned for some 20 years now.
Is that so?
Ominous indeed. Well, shall we let ourselves in or what? I had to buy a used Switch Lite or I'd never be able to play anything. What the? Did she, like, bamboozle me? Did she shove me down a long, elongated...
Oh!
Yeah. Well...
Where? What is this place?
Ah, Professor Albright. I apologize for this little ruse.
How are we gonna get old Professor out of the well? And we're sending our love down the well, down that well. We're sending our love down the well, all the way down.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere. So, we meet again, Headmaster Yvonne.
Oh, so like there is like an
When I
actual
heard
house.
You were looking into from the far reaches of hell. I knew your search would lead you here. And sure enough, you didn't disappoint me. Your mind is every bit as sharp as I thought it was.
RJD, I want to ask, are any of your kids like twins, triplets, quadruplets, octoplets? I think that's too many kids right there. Or are they all separate?
You sent Lucia to keep an eye on me.
What a shame, my dear boy.
We also limit the kids' playtime. They learn quickly if more kids play, the longer they get to play. So if they want more time, they have to combine and play together. All separate, okay.
I thirst for knowledge like yours would be such a terrible thing to
16, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. RJD has what we call swimmers.
So, what do you say?
The man has a
Apprentice
talent.
yourself to me.
Yeah, Olympic
I will
swimmers.
Overlook your little trespasses.
How kind.
And his wife is a terrible goalie.
I refuse.
I say that in jest. Do not get mad.
I am, shall we say, philosophically opposed to your stance on knowledge. I believe that knowledge should be shared, not hoarded for one's personal gain.
Wife just likes me a lot. I can't blame her. Nothing wrong with that, buddy. She can't keep her hands off you, apparently.
I thought you'd say as much. Most unfortunate sight.
I assume your goal is just to make a football team, right?
As you know, this is my house, and I don't get...
You have enough for a hockey team already.
A smart man like
Yeah, you never know.
knows what this means.
To each their own, DJ. I mean, if he can make it work for him, then all good for him.
When you starve to death here,
They'll be able to
No
take
one
care of
will
him
be
when
the
RJD is old. What, are you just gonna leave me in here? How do I get out? I hope they send me food. At least lotion, right? It puts its lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose again. So you gotta take care of that. The lotion is for masturbation. If you think I'll give up without a fight, you don't know me nearly well enough.
What have we here?
Climbing my way out of here doesn't seem to be an option.
Now then,
But how to get myself out of this little predicament? Your cousin has 6 kids. Wait, you brought us all down here? Luckily, there's a treasure chest with a bone, not a boner, a bone. For now, we've also looked into fostering once our kids get old. Good for you. Good for you. There's a guy on my baseball team that I play with. His parents foster children, and they're older, but you know, I always feel like, you know, if you've got the means and you've got the hope and the heart that you want to do so, and you can take care of them, all the power to you. Like, good for you, because you know it sucks, unfortunately, that some kids don't get a good home. So. Wait and see? I don't know. What else do you want me to investigate here? $2,000 square feet, option to go a little bigger in a couple years. There you go. Who is calling down to Professor Albright? That voice. Could it be?
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Just, I need the lotion. To each their own, DJ. To each their own. Three cats and a child for me. Hello, Therese. I'm so glad you're safe. That's not enough kids. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, those are rookie numbers, DJ. Get those up. Did you come all the way from Atlas Dam? But why?
Actually,
I knew you were in danger. And also, I came to warn you. A little late on the warning. Not gonna tell you. It's quite enough, young lady. Ow.
Therese!
I knew Cyrus would come, but you have pluck for a girl your age.
You think you can get away with this?
Yvonne, let go at once. It is clear hostage negotiation never factored into your scholarly pursuits. Mark my words, Cyrus. Stop meddling in my research, or the girl's life is forfeit. Ooh, that guy's got some fancy David Copperfield magic. All right. Well, now we are in this lovely mansion. So, pocket sand, I think, is the word we go for. You know, from Dale Gribble. Pocket sand. All right. Let's go the opposite way he came, right? Maybe we'll find some treasure chests or something. Oh, there's not a lot of lighting in here. Can someone turn on the house lights, please? That was their cue to turn off the house lights.
I'll make this quick.
The battle is truly
All right, some warrior skills. There you go. Breaking news.
I'll do my best.
Jerk.
My turn.
All right, some Thief skills. What do you got?
I appreciate it.
Nice.
Now,
All right, what are we thinking here? What do we think would also work there? Could analyze him.
so much to learn.
Dagger. Good to know.
The battle is
It is over for you. All right, thief skills, HP thief, blank blank. Let's go. Take it or leave it.
Out of my
Oh,
way.
see, here's the problem. Wait, is that you or somebody else? It is you.
You're too
Good.
kind.
Now,
All right, what do we got here? Lightning blast for all.
nothing will last
You're still here. You're all still here. You don't like this. How much HP sauce do you people have? Ow! Really? Oh, and you get a heal back from that? Oh, that is the rudest I've ever come from. Tanky skull? Yeah, I know, right? Like, how dare they? How dare you?
Let's do this!
How dare you?
Time to steal the show.
The battle is my blade is unbending.
A small place.
There we go. Got some of that back.
An interesting.
All right. Rest, my friend. Get a good rest. Ophelia, do you want to rest as well? Oh, god dang it. She's gonna get a turn. It's gonna be terrible.
Let your wounds be healed.
Oh, a mental boost. Who doesn't appreciate a little bit of a mental boost for people, right?
I appreciate it. Really. Where's the nearest
So much for that
tavern?
mental boost. That didn't go the way of she wanted, I'm sure. Alright. Like, you know, you have all these candles, and yet nobody's lighting any of them, you know? Just gotta deal with these shitty lights. Ooh, the cellar. Is this gonna be a problem level-wise? Like having Ophelia be such a low level? I do worry. Yvonne equals Ebenezer Scrooge. What was the duck one? Scrooge McDuck? Just sworn you were like hiding something there. Ah!
Can't we settle this like gentlemen?
Hey, look, do you think the tanky guys are also tanky?
Now,
They
what
could
next?
be. They could be. Alright, scholar skills.
Oh, I...
Darkness was cheap and Yvonne liked it. Charles Dickens, probably. Firestorm. Who's a Firestarter? God damn it, Therian. You can't be missing stuff like that. That sucks for us. She wouldn't have gotten another attack if you weren't such crap.
A small flame cuts deep.
Look, she wouldn't have been able to do that.
My turn.
Okay? Now you screwed it. You screwed it.
Out of my way.
Oh, steal the SP, please. There you go. Get some numbers back.
Now then,
Alright, now... maybe we get lucky?
I will cut you down!
Nice. Oh, no! You missed again! Oh, the worst things are happening today.
Ice, splinter, and sword.
At least we got it off, but still, that sucked.
A tempest of ice shall reign!
Alright, Alberic, it's time for you to shine a little bit, maybe. HP Thief, who does that? Researcher number 3, sure. 170, that's all you can offer me? That's all?
Great winds the battle
Oh, Alberic.
unbending!
Oh, single foes.
I will cut you down!
You know, that is a little rude to yell out to someone that you're going to cut them down, right? Like, that's not, you know, we could be, I think we could be better
Pledge your wounds.
as people, right? Going forward. Oh, the horrific mist. Ow! And you lit me on fire, and we're not even playing NBA Jam.
Now then,
Alright, this is what I need you to do. I need you to not miss here.
the dagger stands.
Okay, they're dead anyways, good. And then proceeds to not, in fact, cut them. Right, exactly. Right, okay, what am I, terrorized? She does not have a thing, but that means we can't be boosting anymore, so... Heal the terror of something. Valor.
This should help.
There we go.
My turn.
Now would it be? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be a dagger? Yes, it is. Let it go. Baba Gosh, new booze. Again with the multi-fire. What's your problems? There you go. Go away.
My turn.
Go away. There we go. Not too bad.
Don't start things you can't.
I'm almost thinking like... I don't know what the skill is to get, you know after you act, what's his face has it? Cyrus the Virus? Yeah, Vim and Vigor. That's really nice, but I don't know. Oh, I mean, okay, so I do have it. Is there something here that's worthy of, like, would it be worthy of getting rid of Hale and Hardy, and then put Vim and Vigor on? I believe there's also an accessory that does that. Oh, okay. Like, I like the speed. Oh, you know what? In all honesty, Snatch. I'm not stealing stuff to in a moment. Yeah, that's up to me. No, I found another one that's equally good to get rid of. So now I just gotta make sure if someone else has that one. Make sure that we're not wasting something. Alright, that's good. An accessory though, eh? You've piqued my interest. I probably don't have the accessory. But let's take a peek. It's probably something that you steal from someone would be my guess. Ophelia, I believe, has a support skill that allows you to heal above your max HP sauce. Ooh. Stimulating bracelet would probably be really good. Going well. Let's see what that... Let's see what that skill is that Ophelia may have. I'm probably gonna have to learn that eventually. It's probably the one that's, it was corrected saving grace, but you need almost max out the cleric class. We're pretty close to it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, saving grace. Yeah, perfect. How much is this one gonna cost me? Oh, cost to learn next skill, 5,000 Japan points. I'll get it, yeah. So what would be better to put it on? All stats and hams you receive will last for one additional turn. Oh, enhance. Okay, I could. Grants the equipping character the ability to be healed above their maximum HP. I guess it's got it. You gotta decide which one is better to get rid of. Alfric and Alphan divine skills are OP, cleric and scholar respectively. I can read. I feel like persistence might be better for that, but I think the thing is though, I think the thing is with her being such a low level, like being able to throw up a couple level, like, you know, just to jack. I don't know if there's like a, you know, an agreeable spot that it can go to, but just catching up too. But I agree. Yeah, like it will just help in getting to that point, right? God damn it. There's always something you're gonna miss. Always something. That's fine. We gotta level her up a little bit anyway, so it won't matter too much.
How about you?
How about you, Snake?
Out of my way!
As long as you don't miss attacks, like that's the thing that really does suck. I mean, that sucks too, but there's lots of things that suck.
You're too kind.
Yeah, yeah, that's huge. I like that.
Do my best.
I like that. I like that a lot. Didn't these guys hate... Oh, these guys are glowing blue, so maybe they hate fire?
Fire, burn strong.
No. Light, maybe? Nope. Some of the increased accuracy will help.
I will cut you down!
Now,
I mean, it's probably dagger, to be honest. I mean, God, what else would it be? Would it... When you think of thunder, what would be like the opposite? Like maybe wind?
brave wind.
Wind it is. There we go.
Out of my way.
So I gotta sort of hope that dagger is still a nice little thing. There we go. Perfect. Get that. Get a little bit of health back. Perfect. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Everything's making sense in the world now. Perfect.
Let your wounds be healed.
I believe there's a hunter skill for that, raise accuracy, but you got a good setup for your party right on. Yeah, in all reality, it's just the
I appreciate it.
it's just the low levelness of Ophelia, really. Like everything is going well. Do you have a dagger? No. See, this is like that weird thing. Like, what do you like? I mean, yeah, I guess I could blow them away with wind. Do some good damage. That's good damage.
Have at you!
And then smack steal the SP from them.
The dagger stands!
There you go. 30 points.
I'll not be defeated.
Should probably get... I keep thinking that she will have some, like, hey, let's get rid of terror type of thing. You know what I'm saying, Mean Gene?
Have this.
Did you stream last night,
I'll
DJ?
not be defeated.
God, they're really hurting the...
Prepare yourself.
Apothecary has that rehabilitate. Okay.
May the sacred flame shine forth.
The numbers
Out of
weren't
my
there.
way.
That's okay.
I appreciate
No.
it. Really.
My next one around
Victory
will
shall be mine!
make sure you boys take care of that.
My blade is
What do
unbending!
you- I mean, you need HP, but
A small blade!
there you go.
Now, what next?
Right. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Get rid of that guy. Of course, it'd be your turn next. Ow, lightning.
An interesting dilemma.
Goddamn jerk. Jerk!
I could use a
Just rest, my friend. Just rest. Streaming tomorrow afternoon. Afternoon streams. I miss those. I do miss those.
I'm ready. Are you?
There!
Oh, you can't be missing those, Therian. Cannot be missing those, my friend.
Let your wounds be healed.
Have at you!
It just shows like how much that really sucks when you miss that. It really does. Oh, stop! Oh, of course you would. Of course you would. Alright, well luckily you'll be dead anyways, so
Let your wounds be healed.
God, everyone is terrorized.
I appreciate it. Really.
No, stop missing. Oh, what is this garbage that's happening right now?
What next?
What is it?
Great winds blow true.
It's terrible is what it is.
The battle is truly joined.
Ugh.
A small flame cuts.
Oh, how are you still alive? These tanky mages. What world are you in?
Lightning, strike through.
There we go. Get something out of it.
And that's that.
Alright, Cyrus the Virus leveled up. That is good. Yes, we're going back up because I think I missed something up at the top, like a room. RJD, do you know, like, if me running, does that cause me to possibly run into more monsters? Watch out for them monsters. Oh, okay, well, I still did miss something over here. Oh, how would I get...
I'll make this.
How would I get that over there? Running does slightly increase enemy encounter rate. So I guess it's just it's up for debate whether or not, like, how much faster you're moving does it equate
I
to
appreciate it. Really.
whether you get somewhere faster or not, I guess, right?
Have at you.
Really? Really? You had to go and do that, didn't you? You had to go and do that.
A small flame cuts.
It's not terrible though, and I've never completely tested it. Yeah, it's one of those things I should probably just be doing it, but oh, Ophelia.
Ice, splinter and storm.
Close, but not quite.
A tempest of ice shall rage.
Oh, stop with the firestorms, you silly nannies, you nonces, if you will. Nonces. Alright,
You're too kind.
there we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. I know speedrunners said it does matter, but they alternate running and walking. Apparently, whatever they're doing, yeah, they probably do some weird thing of, like, I'm sure in the background, like, I'm sure it's known to somebody where, like, you can probably run an X amount of seconds, minute, whatever it is, or an amount of steps, and then you have to walk, and then you do a number of steps walking. Like, I'm sure there's an algorithm to look. There has to be an RNG fight after X many steps while walking, and then an X amount number while running, right? And like, okay, then throw a fight. Now then they find, like, okay, well, how can we manipulate so, like, because my guess would be is that algorithm probably resets once you hit that number, whether an interaction with an enemy happens, right? So if they know, like, okay, I can run, 20 seconds without an interaction. If I go that long, that means that resets. And if I run it, it increases. So then I have to walk for 10 seconds, and then it resets that, and then I can go back to running. Those people are on a whole other spectrum of playing a video game. Good for them. I do not have the skills. I wish I did, but I don't.
Oh, ice.
I don't think I actually want speedrunning skills. That looks like very stressful times.
Victory shall be mine.
Very stressful. All right, what do we got here? Can we kill something relatively quickly here? That's what I would love. Researcher level 3. Let's get rid of that. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Cat, it is. I had an Irish coffee. It's empty now. See? So I guess I have to follow the rules and get a beer or something. Because we can't have you being upset now. You mean you're on time, relatively, 15, 16 minutes late, but, who's counting? Some people count, for sure. I don't. I don't know how to count. I'm a silly man. Let's use, yeah, a grape. A grape would be great.
This should help.
If I was younger, I'd really look into speedrunning this game. Record for true ending is 3 hours and 49 minutes. Wow. That's, yeah, I've got the man flu. Please forgive me. Yeah, we you know, pour one out for Cat. But don't waste your alcohol. Please don't do that either. Alcohol is important. It gets people through the day sometimes. Yeah, if I do the doublemint gum here, then Therian should be able to get him. As long as Therian doesn't miss, which now that I mention that, he is going to miss something here. That's the way this goes. Oh, he did. Thank God. But everyone is terrorized. It's terrible. Okay, so she has 2,200 health. That is perfect. Oh, I didn't realize, like, if I use like a healing grape, that's where it's at. That's where it's at.
The battle is truly
All right,
joined.
Alberic. What would you like to do, sir? What type of damage can we do here? I feel like we probably should at least get rid of Researcher right there, right? Incite them? Maybe. Oh, not that.
A small flame.
Oh, you're still alive. Are you getting better or worse? Are you ending every evening with a shot of NyQuil, Cat? How's it working? Just sleeping mostly. Okay. With the aid of NyQuil, correct? That's how that works.
Now the truth. A tempest of ice shall rage.
Have at you.
We don't have that in Europe. You're not living if you don't do a shot of NyQuil followed up by a shot of Fireball. That's how the world goes round around here, okay?
A small flame.
That's how things get done in America, even though I don't live in America. But that's how things get done. Okay, they're not gonna go, but I can't boost. So what would be my best to you? Probably some inspiriting plum sauce. Terrible sauce for nuggets, though. We have free healthcare instead. We have that. We have that. So there is, Canada, win for Canada, I think. Yeah, we have that. We can celebrate that, I think.
Time to steal the show.
Can I ask, Kat, in Europe, because I assume it's the same, I mean, again, this is a very much like a weird, like, I don't know why people always just bring up Canada about having the free healthcare when many countries have free healthcare. But a lot is picked up recently where it's like, well, it's not really free. You pay for it in your taxes. And it's like, yep. But when you have that argument with someone, perhaps like an American, my taxes are actually, if not the same, but I actually get something for them, right? I've heard that a bajillion times, so I wonder, like, is that really, do people say that in Europe? Like, is that like, well, our healthcare's not really free, I get fucked on the, with the taxes. Yeah, you get fucked on both ends. I never understood, I never understood, but I understand. It's the insurance companies in the US that really sort of screw you, right? Because, like, you guys pay taxes for, is it Medicare and Medicaid, right? Like, that's the one that, like, truly people who have no money, they can get free healthcare. And then you have healthcare that's associated with your job, but you have to pay a premium to have health insurance through your work, right? And it's upwards of hundreds to thousands of dollars a month, right? I could be wrong. I'm just going off of what I think it is. I call it free, but it's not technically free. We pay a deductible of $400 a year and a premium of 120 euro a month. But if you're low on income and the government pays it for you, so in my mind, it's free, right? Why on earth did the auto mod hold that? Are you kidding me right now? Of course I'm going to allow that. I love how it says, yeah, I'm Jordan. Added permitted term, we get fucked in. That's great. How am I looking for weapons? There are several weapons that increase potency of spells, and they stack. There's a wind spear, bow, and they stack and increase your wind damage. Ice axe, just thinking out loud to give you boost damage, since Cyrus says a spear and a bow option. Yeah, I'll have to look at that, obviously, of course. So say you have to pay for surgery, it would cost 10,000 euro max. You'll pay us. Oh, wow. So, like, we don't have that in Canada. As someone who just had knee surgery last year, like, oh, ours is weird. The only thing I was out of pocket is like your prescriptions, which are covered by like my work insurance. And then again, at the same time, if you are poor, then everything is taken care of by the government. But it's stuff like that that's
It's a good
not
day
covered.
for battle.
But also, I think as many people may not know, I think they want to change this, but they'll never change it. We pay for parking at a hospital, and it's a lot of money. Like, if you have to visit someone and you want to park, like, you know, you can park on the street if there is, but usually around the hospitals there isn't street parking, so they force you to park in the big parking lots, and it ain't cheap. It's like $30, you know, for a day. Like, it's a ridiculous amount. It's like, I mean, you know, I remember, you know, yeah, you think if like you had like, you know, you had to go and see someone like every day, like that would certainly add up. Like, Jesus, that's terrible. But all right, one of these people has that skill, so we'll use that. We'll get a little bit of everything. Your hospital has paid parking too, but it's not expensive. Okay. I feel like Europe does a lot of things right. You guys nail it on the head a few times over there. $100 a month or more. Oh yeah, like I know, like there's people like I know people who work in the hospital. At least again, I can only speak for the ones that are in my city. Parking passes are like, I think they're like $400 a month. It is ridiculously expensive. And I think some of it can be a write-off, but again, like imagine you work at a hospital. And I mean, you know, you're most likely making a decent wage, but you know, you just gotta say like, hey, if I want to drive to work and park in the hospital parking lot, it's like, you know, hey, get fucked. Here's you know, $400 it's gonna cost you to get rid of that. Like, Jesus Christ.
I'll do my best.
It'd be cheaper to probably not own a car and just like Uber or take a cab there every day. At least that'd be my guess. I don't know. But are you gonna have a turn? Looks like you're gonna have a turn. Wages are also lower in Europe than in the US. I think that makes a lot of sense, but we do have higher tax rates. Just sell your body. Are you telling Kat or me to sell my body? I mean, maybe the both of us will do it in the end, right? I'm not quite yet at the point of having to sell my body, but it's always on the table. It's always on the table. It has to be, right? The OnlyFans for Jordan eventually will come around, right? She needs more weapons. I wonder if changing her from something else would be better. I don't know.
Lightning, strike through.
It has to be on the table. That's the only way they'll pay you for your body. And yeah, I mean, that's gonna get lost in the algorithm right there. I probably shouldn't have said a damn thing, but well, here we are. Some people would prefer a bed.
The battle is truly joined.
Sure. I'm quite content with our healthcare. Oh yeah, same here. I hear unfortunately a lot of terrible things about our healthcare here, and again, I can really only speak about my own experiences.
I will not be defeated.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who do not have doctors even, but you know, I'm lucky enough to have a really good doctor and relatively had no issues in getting stuff done, and this, especially even for my son or my wife, like, you know, that's, I guess I might be in the minority, but you know, it does suck of, you know, hearing the issues that we have, especially when the problem is not money. That's usually what the problem is that you hear is like, oh, we need to do this and that, but we have no money. I mean, in Ontario, I think we're sitting on, I believe, $4 billion that our premier just decides to do nothing with. And that was sent federally for healthcare reasons, and that's just politics being politics. And that sucks when that thing sort of rears its ugly head. But I am not in charge of the world yet, so they won't let me change those things. Not yet, anyways. Maybe once. Maybe eventually, but not yet. Did you lower my power?
I could use a rest.
Oh, it didn't even get rid of those status ailments of those things being down. That sucks. It can be annoying trying to get meds here because they largely believe in your body's ability to heal themselves. No, Cat. You tell them I was born in America and I need drugs. Right? I think that's how those sayings go.
I'm ready. Are you?
It has to be, right? Just like Simpsons when Grandpa Simpson goes in, you know, goes in, I think, to the bank. I'm old. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Right? That $4 billion would run the U.S. government for like 2 weeks. I think that would buy you maybe like what, 3 bombs? Maybe if you needed them. two airplanes, more than the Canadian Air Force that we have. Lothards, you're Canadian like me.
I'll do my best.
Do you remember like when we were the big talk about getting 50 F-35s? I'm sure there's a better plane out now. Do you know if we've ever actually gotten the F-35s ever? Remember, like, everyone was losing their mind, like, why does Canada need, like, the best plane? Like, because the F-35 had just come out, so, like, we put in an order. And then, there was memes everywhere of, like, does Canada even have 50 pilots? And, you know, do they even have, like, an army, like, to, you know, a runway to park them? And now, of course, in the world we're in now, you know, it's a whole other deal, but... Stop with the horrifying mist. I hate you. Why wouldn't you want an F-35? That's a real question. I mean, I wouldn't mind one. It would be like that Pepsi commercial. Remember the Pepsi points? And that, remember like at the end they would have like the Harrier jet and you'd have to put in like, you know, a bajillion Pepsi points. And then some kid who was rich got his dad to say like, hey dad, can you buy me a bunch of Pepsi points? I think we can make money on this Harrier jet. And then they had to make a fix to the commercial because I think the guy sued for it or something like that. It's one of those deals of like, are you really kidding me? Do you really think you could use Pepsi points to buy a Harrier jet? Like, really? But I guess, you know, some people can't, you know, can't take the hint. I think they made I think there's like a YouTube, like a small little, I don't want to call it a documentary or a mockumentary or something, but like, I thought there was something to it. You know what, but I'm trying to think, RGD, like, again, I think there's a YouTube video on it of the kid that tried to do it. I remember it saying like, it was something like a bajillion Pepsi points, but it never said like just kidding at the end. They added the just kidding afterwards. But I want to say I literally think like the kid and his dad like got together and said like, well, you know, like a Pepsi costs $1, and you know, for every bottle of Pepsi you got 2 Pepsi points or something, right? So the guy probably ran the numbers and like, okay, well, in order to get a bajillion Pepsi points, it's gonna cost me, you know, $6 million to buy that much Pepsi points. And then, but a Harrier jet is, you know, 200 million. So we're gonna get a $200 million Harrier jet for $6 million bucks. 17 billion, then they made it 17 trillion. Yeah, good for them. How dare the Pepsi people, right? How dare the Pepsi people.
I'm ready. Are you?
Then added the just kidding, yes, because, well, I mean, especially in today's day and age, do you have to worry about someone like an Elon Musk just being like, yeah, I'll take
I
that.
appreciate it. Really.
Those are my Pepsi points now.
Now,
What's Elon's new job gonna be in the government now? I assume he's gonna get a government job now. Is he gonna take over Linda McMahon's old job of being like the director of small business or something? Because if anyone knows small business, it's Elon Musk, I think.
Let your wounds be healed.
Director of ruining the economy. I guess we'll find out, right? I mean, surely the economy will not be ruined, right? At least not yet.
Appreciate it. Really.
now,
Give him a chance, they say. You don't drink Pepsi? I'm a Coke guy myself, but my wife prefers Pepsi, and I don't even know how we get along, quite frankly, because although I will settle for Pepsi, it's just like the old the commercial, or when you go to a restaurant and you say that you want Coke, and they say, is Pepsi okay? And you're like, no! There's never a time when Pepsi is okay, okay? If I want a Pepsi, I'll buy a Pepsi, okay? I do like having a Pepsi, but it doesn't compare to the crisp, clean taste of a Coke. Lothars, I always knew there was something wrong with you, and now that you told me what it is, I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
Whole life.
That's okay.
thus ends your lesson.
Why do you mock me? Mock me! Just like all politicians, I have zero hope for things to actually be better. Can I use you in one of my sacrifices? Please, actually do. But when you are doing the sacrifice, I do have one request. Can you please play My Sacrifice by Creed while you're doing it? Thank you. Yeah, isn't that why, remember the what did they call it? The Pepsi Taste Challenge or something?
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
Isn't that why, like, people preferred to say that they liked Pepsi because the first taste of a Pepsi hits the spot, whereas a Coke is like a little bitter, and then Coke has a better aftertaste, and whereas Pepsi is, you know, settles on your tongue a little too long, and it's then it becomes too sweet. Am I missing like a staircase here? I must be. What's going on in here?
My turn.
Probably, I find Coke super sweet, but Pepsi is different. I was telling guys at work, I might be telling people here that they may be unaware. Mexican Coke, like real Mexican Coke. That's the real deal.
Try this.
And they're like, what? What do you mean Mexican Coke? They were thinking I was talking about cocaine or something. I'm like, no. Like, you can probably find it in a bodega or a convenience store. I think you can find it in the grocery store, but like, legit Mexican Coke is where it's at. Like, I think it's made with, is it made with like real cane sugar or something? Or maybe cocaine? I don't know. Probably something.
The dagger.
Sugar cane, yes.
Now,
Why don't,
what next?
is there something in our laws that they can't make. Like, why can't we have Mexican Coke everywhere? That's what I want to know. You stayed off Facebook yesterday. People were going crazy. Oh yeah, good call, DJ. Good call. Things are probably gonna get a little crazy going forward, unfortunately, for you guys in America. Yes, I am not a fan of the diet things. I don't like that. Probably Cat, but I like bringing things up because I have several concussions and I forget what we talked about previously. Is that okay? I hope that's okay. If it's not okay, you just tell me. I'm like a bad TV show. I'm running into reruns already. Corn syrup is cheaper and easier to manufacture here. Oh. Wait, so it's cheaper and easier to manufacture in Mexico? What am I not picking up on here?
I appreciate it. Really?
Do I have Alzheimer's already? Probably. Mountain Dew's good.
Victory shall
Mountain
be
Dew's
mine.
good. We don't have all of those wonderful flavors you have in America, though. That also upsets me. There's a lot that upsets me lately.
A small flame cuts deep.
You don't have cane sugar Coke, but other some kind of sugar in our Coke. As long as you don't have like the, like that aspartame one. Remember, wasn't that the one that like they tried to put in new Coke? And then everyone says like oh, like new Coke was like the deal where it wasn't really new Coke, but like, they said there was going to be new Coke just to remind people that old Coke still exists.
Let your wounds be healed.
Corn is heavily subsidized. Ethanol, corn syrup. Isn't ethanol in your car? Just put the aspartame in my veins. Right?
Well then.
Right. This is not good. This is one of those fights like, how come this is going so terribly, terribly wrong?
Let your wounds be healed.
It's the corn-derived stuff they added to the fuel in your car. Oh, okay. Beet sugar. Beet sugar, eh? All right. Is in Euro Coke. Does it taste weird? I feel like that would taste weird.
I could use a rest.
I think things
Victory shall be mine.
just sound better though when you just add Euro in front of it, right? Euro cake. Coke. Not cake. Coke. Just sounds better. It is better, right? Has to be.
I will cut you down.
Once you add the cocaine, no one cares anymore. It tastes better than American Coke. Now, like, let's not say things we can't take back here,
my
Cat.
way.
Okay? We can't just go off saying that something's better than the American version, and we know how they react to things.
I'm ready. Are you?
And I feel like that's okay to mention that because you are technically an American as well. You are as American as Hulk Hogan.
Time to steal the show.
Have at you.
This old little grandmama, she wants to have a little
The
chit chat
dagger
here.
stands.
Nice stabby.
I'll not be defeated.
How about Luminesque?
May the sacred flame shine
Okay,
forth.
that was not where we were at.
Now, what next?
What indeed next? Chicken next? You know, the more that you stay on top of Ophelia, like just with the healing, everything will be alright. Everything is gonna be alright.
A small flame.
There you go. I'm dead. Look at that. Worked out. That's all we had left was 5 HP sauce. Oh my. I
I appreciate it. Really?
God damn it, Therion. You're hurting me. You're hurting me.
I'll do my best.
All right, we gotta be careful. We're on bided time with Cartesian Cat. I've got to get the beer. I will say, what beer? A Sapporo or a Belgian Moon or a Blue Moon? I don't know what you guys call it in Euro over there, if you even have it. A Sapporo. Okay. You won me over. You don't have Blue Moon over there? Yeah. I will say though, you have something far better, and that would be a. I think it's pronounced Hoegaarden, or Hoegaarden. That's a far better Belgian white. But I did not. We have that here, but that's you got to really look for it. Yes, an actual Belgian beer. Yes. I know my. If I know anything, I know my beers. Yes, Blue Moon is American. Yeah, it's funny. In Canada, we call it Belgian Moon. I don't know why, but I'll bring out the can. I don't know why it looks exactly like a Blue Moon, but we call it Belgian Moon. I don't know why we have to change the name. Maybe because we got to be weird because we're Canada. I don't know, but one of the many things I don't understand why they call it that. We have to be different. I think one of those deals, right? How will the evil Canadians know that they are drinking something different? Why would we have Blue Moon when we have a ton of Dutch, Belgian, and German white beer? It's weird, like Canada, you know, like some people will poo-poo on them. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's funny how, like, you know, you might think of like your general or everyday beers that, you know, maybe your country makes, people like are generally down on them, but like Molson Canadian, Labatt Blue, you know, two big Canadian beer, you know, they're perfectly fine and acceptable. We are more than capable of making fantastic beer in Canada, and we do, but I think it's because we are America's hat. We're just so strung into just basically like, look, just it's easy just to have the Americans do everything. Okay, just let them have their way, and we accept it. We accept it.
Let your wounds be healed.
We don't import American beer, really. You can buy Bud and stuff like that at the supermarket here. Ah, interesting.
Well then. Let your wounds be healed.
Just finished my pack of Omangang, Gains of Truth, my favorite beer currently. Do I have to sneeze when I say that word or something? Alright, finished the fight. Let me go grab my beer back.
The thrill of the fight.
So might as well take a quick pee break. I'll throw up the BRB and we'll be right back.
search me. I'll give it all up just to be with you. I'm so happy. Now you got me. I'll surrender all my love to you. Don't you see what you're doing to me?
Hi. So I just looked at my beers, and I know, I damn know I was correct. But of course, I'm proven wrong always. And I look, I was like, oh, I'll bring out the Belgian moon. And of course it says blue moon on it. And now I'm trying to think of like, remember how like those weird things that like people think of, like, remember like if someone thinks of like the Ford logo, and remember how like people say, oh, does the F have like that little loop to it? And then, you know, they misremember something of like, of course that's what it was called. I think the latest one that everyone's losing their mind about is that, does anyone know that the Fruit of Loom logo had a cornucopia when it doesn't have a cornucopia? But people are like, no, like I remember it had a cornucopia. The Mandela effect, thank you. So now I have to like look on the internet to see if I am correct, and that we did call it Belgian moon, and then it wasn't, and now it's back to blue moon. So now hold on a second, I have to Moon Canada, and now they call it blue moon, Belgian style wheat ale. Yeah, literally on Google, why is it called Belgian moon in Canada? Okay, so I'm not completely, you know, I'm not losing my mind here, right here. A spokesperson for Miller Coors told us this Blue Moon Belgian White is called Belgian Moon in Canada in order to differentiate ourselves from Labatt Blue beer, a lager style. So I was talking about Labatt Blue. Labatt is a big brewer in Canada, pretty much everywhere now. I think they're owned by somebody else now, but Labatt Blue is just your typical everyday normal beer. You would never, if you were a beer drinker, you would never have problems differentiating a Labatt Blue from a Belgian Moon. Oh, God. Sometimes you just gotta punch yourself in the head every once in a while. So I was right, but they have changed back now. I don't know why. They're probably all owned by the same company now anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Labatt is a perfectly okay drinkable beer, right? Price is right. It's nothing fantastic. It would be what I would call like a hockey or a baseball beer. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying you have to play sports to understand, but it's like a drinking beer of like, you know, like we have a few beers, you know, while we're playing hockey. You know, we enjoy a few beers, you know, after we play softball. You don't want something heavy like a Blue Moon or a Hoegaarden, if you will. Like, you don't want anything like that. You just want something like, you know, a social beer, if you will. You know, I sometimes will buy, like, my go-to hockey beer is usually Old Milwaukee, because it's dirt cheap, pretty much as cheap as you can get beer in Canada. And I don't mind the taste of it, but it's just something that, you know, a social beer that you can have that's cheap while everyone else is enjoying something too as well, and that's what it is. Yeah, I think Labatt's corporate headquarters used to be, or I'm sure there is one still, but I believe they are in Montreal. I'm sure there's one in Toronto that I think I've drove past multiple times. But yeah, like their probably head office now is probably in Buffalo now. No, I've never had a Red Dog. Where? Okay, I feel like I'm missing something here. I come here. I go here. There's nothing there. There's nothing in there. I can't go any further. What is Red Dog? An everyday typical normal beer?
Victory shall be mine.
I probably could get it. I'd be interested to try it. We here in Ontario, we have what I'm assuming is the largest. What is it? It makes no sense because our population is so small. But in Ontario, we have something called the LCBO, the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. And that's where you basically buy all of your alcohol. Like, we've opened up now that where you can buy everything in convenience stores and whatnot, except for hard liquor. But I always hear, like, it's mentioned, like, the LCBO is the biggest purchaser of alcohol in the world. So I don't know what that tells you about people who live in Ontario and alcohol, but it boggles my mind that, like, Ontario, although it's, you know, the largest population-wise province in Canada, like, you're telling me that, like, the government supplier of booze for Ontario is the biggest buyer worldwide of alcohol around the world? They always say that because I remember them saying that recently because they just went on strike in the summer. And so that's the thing of, like, they want to put out, because they're government workers, they want to say, like, you know, if you're getting rid of us, they're like, do you know how big we are? Like, it's like, no, I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't care.
Cut you down!
It's weird. That's the beer the alcoholics drink in Canada, right? Maybe. No, Kat, the beer that the alcoholics drink in Canada is called, I believe it's either Black Ice or Maximum Ice. It's a big giant can, and it's all black, and it's something like, it's 8 or 9% alcohol. But that's the one that you always see the homeless people go in with their nickels, and buy.
I appreciate it.
And they buy the one giant can. I think it's like $2.50 for a super giant can. Like, you know, for their need, it gets them what they need to do. Obviously, you know, I enjoy the expensive stuff. So, like, for my Sapporo and my Blue Moon 24, it cost me $70. Now, mind you, they're tall cans, but yeah, $70 for 24 beers. It's the spot, right? Here it's the Aldi or the LIDL beer, do know the name, cheapest beer at those markets, yeah. $70, yes, $70. 70 wonderful dollars. For 24 beers. 24 tall cans. So again, like, these are bigger than your, like, a typical, like, I think it's 355 milliliter. So, like, these are 400. So this is 500 milliliters. So, like, you're getting like a beer and a half of these. But yeah, still expensive. I feel like I need her to have a one more type of attack. I don't know what I would have though. I remember, is it Little? Little, am I saying it right? When I lived in Mario Land of Oz, Aldi is 10 minutes away. Yeah, so Aldi, I think another viewer used to work at an Aldi's.
Out of my way.
Lidl, kind of? Okay. I mean, I've never heard really too many people say, some people call the LCBO the Lickbo, but I've only heard, like, idiots refer to it like that. No one that I would know would interact with, like, known like that. About $20 US. But see,
What is the
our
course of action?
in Canada and in Ontario, each province has its own taxation when it comes to booze. And they're not. It's not like it's. They're getting close. Like, it's almost 50% tax on booze, but it's already baked into the price. So you know how everywhere else you go, you know, you'll see the price of something, and then, you know, you get to the cash register, and then the tax is there. When we buy booze, it's an all-in price. Like, what you see that, you know, when you buy that product, or when you get that product off the shelf and it says $70, that's what it is. Yes, $20 USD is 70 Canadian. Close. Yeah, but our tax is close to 50% on booze. I assume Europe is like, geez, we gotta let these people have some wins in life, right? I think that's what really bothers your average person, though, is we're taxed so much, and you start to see, you know, services go down, right? Like, you start to have like the John Travolta meme, you know, like you sit there and you wonder, you're like, you tax me so much, like I would have no problem with the taxes I'm paid if all my services made sense, but you know, you get shitty service here and there and everywhere, and you're like, something's got to give. Either you got to have a tax break, or start upping those services back to acceptable levels, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with having that take.
I appreciate it.
21% tax on beer. Even that sounds really high. Let's get a rest in.
I could use a rest.
The battle is truly joined.
And I know, like, I mean, when I was in Florida, I mean, geez, I think just like, again, just for having like some drinking beers around like by the pool, I was there for a couple weeks. You know, I know they're terrible beers, but just something like Natty Lights, I think they're called, Natural Lights. Keystone, I think, is another one. Dirt cheap, cheaper than water, and I'm not kidding. They had bottled water that was more expensive than some of these beers, but of course some of these beers are literally absolutely terrible and should not be consumed.
It's unbending!
But I was like, why not, right? Just going on picking up things. I like Rolling Rock. But I know it has a terrible I know it has a terrible reputation. Maybe does that say more about me, RJD, that I enjoy a Rolling Rock? What does that say about me? I don't know.
A small flame cuts deep.
Prepare yourself.
Actually, like, why would I waste that boost?
This should help.
It just means you're frugal. No, but you see, the problem is,
How about you?
in Canada, a Rolling Rock is expensive, right? Because we have minimums that alcohol can be sold for. I've talked about this before. That's why we don't have like cheap hard liquor like that you can get in America. Like when I was in Florida, you know, you can get really dirt cheap vodka, you know, rum, all that stuff. Essentially here, because of the taxes, like even the cheap stuff that you would have there would be jacked up so high, like no one in their right mind would go, oh, I could get the $9 vodka that I don't know what the hell is in it, or for an extra $1.50 I can get Smirnoff, right? Or Kettle One or something, right? So that's why, like, at least in Ontario where I live, we don't have, like, all we essentially sell is top shelf because of the taxes involved. Like, they know, like, no one's gonna buy the cheap because it'd be the same price. So like a Rolling Rock compared to, say, a Sapporo is maybe the difference of $5, right? So like the people who drink Rolling Rock drink it because they like it. It's not because they, you know, they may not appreciate it. Don't worry, you get all that money back from buying bagged milk. Yes, we do. Did you know, everyone is worried. You know, not to really turn everything political, but so Trump, when he was president previously, he did, like, I don't think it's called NAFTA anymore. It's called something else. But anyways, our agreement of trade between the US, Mexico, and Canada. He wants in on our dairy market. We don't sell American, well, we do sell American milk, but it's taxed through the Yahoo, whatever. The Yazoo, sorry. So again, no one will really buy non-Canadian milk, because why would you if it's more expensive? But he wants in on it. He wants the ability to sell American milk in Canada, and therefore the bagged milk industry will possibly go away. I guess the last time that they had the agreement, they were able to sort of get away from it, or have it like not be up for debate. But everyone's now worried that he's gonna try to do it again. I mean, I've gone on. As a per user of bagged milk, I hate that we have bagged milk. I want my fucking gallon. Sorry. I want my 3.5 liter jug of milk. Okay? I hate the bagged milk. Okay? Maybe that's un-Canadian of me. It's inconvenient. Okay? I just want to put a giant jug in my fridge and be done with it. And we have the jugs. It's not like we're not allowed to have the jugs. We have the jugs. But it's like $10 for a jug of milk. Where it's like $6 for like the 3 bags of milk. I don't need to tell you how many toonies and loonies that is, but it's ridiculous off the heart. Jordan has the jugs. Do I? I wish I had the jugs. I need the jugs. Why do they keep terrorizing me? Everyone's asleep, oh, this is just going terribly, terribly wrong. Alright, steal SP sauce from you, please. There we go, you're dead. Go away. Oh, you had no stuff to take away from. That's terrible. Alright, what are we gonna do? Can we poke you? No, well, I mean, we could poke you. Yeah, like Europe has it figured. Europe, Kat, do you guys have do you still have milk in glass bottles? Do you still have a milkman? Is the possibility of the milkman being your father still a possibility in Europe? Is that a thing?
What's this now?
We don't have a milkman. You still have mailman? Mailmen? You still have the mailmen?
Let's do this. I appreciate it.
I mean, we always will have the mailman, but do they still go door to door in Europe, or do they go to a big box and just tell everyone, hey, if you want your mail, you get it yourself?
I could use a rest.
I would love to do milk in glass bottles again. We are not going back to that. It's funny because every day at work, I will see a truck that drives by. It's like a glass bottle truck, and it always mentions buy milk in glass jugs. It's better for the environment. And I'm like, in what fucking world? I've never seen milk in glass bottles here in the longest times. I'm sure, there's some freaking someplace you can get it, but it boggles my mind that I really don't see it out in the wild.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
You do actually have mailmen and women. We're slowly losing things over here in the West. Alright, I need to find where did I miss I must have missed a set of stairs or something? When I was young, we had a milkman. Mr. Harms, good man. Probably my real father. I mean, that's the joke, right?
Therese!
Professor?
You just couldn't leave well enough alone, could you?
And I forgot to look at all the weapons that RGD mentioned to me about 3 hours ago.
You disappoint me, Cyrus. I took you for a more logical man.
Headmaster Yvonne, what do you intend to do with her?
Wait, whatever happened to having the milk? Am I missing something here? I remember every once in a while on Reddit or Twitter, social media, you'll see people who have older houses and they used to have the door, usually beside their front door, a little door, and it would be an insulated little thing that would be open from both sides. And so the milkman would come by every day or every 2 days, and he'd put in the bottles of milk, and then you'd take them and put them in your fridge, and then you'd take your empty glass bottles and you'd give them back, and they'd be the exchange. What happened to that? That sounds perfect. What who in their right mind was these people would prefer to just go to their own store and it's one of those things where look, I get convenience sometimes, but like that screams me like, no, I want that convenience back in my life. Not that I ever had it. I'm old, but I never remember having milk delivered. Remember the Schwans, man? Was that a thing in Canada? The Schwans, man. Like, is that the TV dinner, man? Schwann's TV dinner? Is that right? That's what Amazon Fresh is now. Oh, no. Yeah? Okay, yeah, I do remember. Okay, yes. It's clicking upstairs.
The girl.
Not so much the ice
poking
cream, though.
around in my secrets. I fear she can't
So what's
be allowed.
Amazon Fresh? We don't have that in Canada. I don't know what that is. We probably will eventually, but we don't have that right now.
And so I'll finish off teacher and student in one.
Groceries
fell
delivered to your house. Oh. I mean, ever since the pandemic, I mean, pretty much every single grocer now does that. But I don't know that. I'd have to actually look that up of whether we have Amazon Fresh. They're very weird in Canada about giant companies coming in and doing things that the small companies are doing, despite the fact that there are no small companies in Canada. Every company here is at some giant conglomerate. So I'd more than welcome, Amazon delivering groceries, but they get their stuff from Whole Foods. We don't have a lot of Whole Foods around here.
Not lay a hand on my pupil. I'll see to that.
Like the closest one that I have, I believe, is in Oakville, which is like, a couple cities over.
You seem terribly agitated, Cyrus.
Yeah.
It's not good
No,
for the humors.
Yeah, we have Instacart here, Walmart. Yeah, like they do it. Absolutely. Yeah, like I remember during the pandemic, like, because me and my wife both worked still. Neither of us were out of a job during the pandemic or anything. So like it absolutely came in handy to have them delivered. But at the same time, we also live in an apartment, so it's a little bit more difficult because what was happening early on in the pandemic when no one really knew what the fuck was going on. You could still order stuff, but like delivery people were told like, do not interact with the customer because you might get sick, right? So the problem would be is like, okay, that stands for a house. Like, you can just drop something off at the front door and knock and run away. For an apartment, they have to get in through the front door, then get on an elevator to go up to the, to the other door and then knock and, not that I have thieves that come by my door and take my stuff or anything like that, but that was too many. Like they were only allowed to do one thing, and they weren't allowed to get on an elevator with another person. Like it was all these things to protect the worker, right? Because no one knew what COVID was essentially. So it was tough to get a delivery that just didn't end up at the very front door of the apartment. And then our superintendent or the landlord guy was like, "This can't happen, man. Like we don't have a place to put things. Why don't you just take them to the doors?" And eventually they did, but.
You will taste the power I summoned from the.
So this guy turned into Gumbercules.
I cannot.
Oh, he looks scary.
Out of my way.
My wife is still a little anal about like. She always says that the delivery people or the people that you put your delivery together. She's like they don't always pick the best fruit and vegetables, and I'm one of those people like, oh, for fuck's sakes, like who cares? But my wife working at a grocery store is very adamant about that type of thing. She's like, no, they don't know what the hell they're doing. They just grab the first thing they see. And I'm like, that's what I would do. And then that's when she proceeds to tell me, she's like, and that's why you don't get those things, right? Right? I know, right? Exactly.
I appreciate it, really.
Have at you.
All right, let's have this guy not do a move. It does matter some. Oh, I mean, yes, it does. Like, I mean, to be fair, like if I went to the grocery store to get my fruits and vegetables and I'd look, I mean, I do look, but I mean, I'm not overly looking like, well, what's wrong with this one, right? Like I'm just, Like, does this apple sound good? I don't know. But you're just competent enough so your wife does the shopping good. Yeah, incompetent enough. Yeah, I am. I don't know what. You've been here long enough, at least probably half a year. I mean, you've been subscribed for 4 months, you know. You already know that I am not the most competent of people around, right? Those are words that don't make sense to me. How about lightning? There we go. Oh yeah, I love when I guess right.
My turn now.
I love it when I guess right. Now just if she had it.
Lightning! Strike through!
Just that dildo quality control. Right. Exactly. Okay, that tickled. And are you gonna do it again? No, thank goodness. That's my specialty. Sure is. It sure is. Oh, I wonder if I want to be getting in the, no. Does anybody need SP? Possibly? Ophelia.
Keep it up.
Oh god! I didn't realize how, like, close to death she was. Well, that was a waste.
How about this?
Now then,
You almost just gotta, like, throw shit at the... Well, okay, he does it. So, I guess I could do that.
death by 1,000 cuts!
Thank God. I know that if I was to do that again, you have to,
My turn now.
you have to boost it properly. Otherwise, things go terribly, terribly wrong.
Let your wounds be healed.
Now then,
Alright, what do we got here? Thief skills, steal SP. Steal SP. Steal SP.
Out of my way.
Steal SP.
I appreciate it. Really.
All broken, time to boost. Yes, yes.
Unparalleled.
I was too late. Well, now they're all broken again. It worked out in the end, right? My timing isn't the greatest currently. I wish I knew what... Like, I wish it was like an axe or something.
my blade is unbending! Death by 1,000 cuts!
Not bad. Not bad. What do you have? Do you have pole arm? No.
I appreciate it. Really.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Therian has hit all. Yeah, I just don't. I was trying to think of like whether it would be an axe or not. That was what I was trying to figure. And it's not, but it's okay. I'll get them. I'll get them twice with this. Now, of course, he in the back is gonna get a move. That's gonna suck, but yeah. What do I want to do? Maybe just a heal. Just keep everybody happy.
Let your wounds be healed.
Oh no, his strength has been augmented. Whatever will I do? He's got darkness. If it's physical, he may miss. Yes. Oh, he's got... Okay, he's got darkness. Fortunately, it's one of those things I do not know. One of those terrible ones. Yeah, it wasn't lightning. If it's darkness, it's probably not light based either, right? Like you would think it would be, but it's not. Oh, that'll work. I will take that.
Try this.
Get a couple in there. There you go. All right. He'll be able to get him. Light is one for sure. Yep. You could probably rest for some SP. I'm not too worried, but then again, the other guys are gonna go. That sucks.
How about you?
That sucks, but we gotta deal with it. We gotta deal with it. Tornado does suck, though.
Over here.
Now then.
Staff, fire, and ice. Eventually, he has those memory serve. Yeah, you just gotta figure life out properly. So like, the 1,000 spears works really well if it does hit.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Unlike that, where it did not hit. Well, that's okay.
Nothing will quiet
Yeah, it's more as the battle goes on. Good for him.
Out of
You know,
my
getting taken care of.
Let's do this.
Good for him.
Time to steal the show.
I'll not be defeated. Lightning, strike through.
Oh no, 8.
The battle is truly
8.
yours.
He just keeps running them numbers up. Those are no longer rookie numbers.
A small flame cuts deep.
Yeah, and no one can say like that dagger stuff is huge. Like when you have two people that can hit twice for the daggers, like that's pretty big. As long as I know some weakness, right? Staff, fire, and ice. Yeah, that's probably got to be it. So the hope is like if it's one of those, we're golden, pony boy.
Fire, burn strong.
Here it is.
An interesting dilemma.
A great inferno to scorch the land.
Oh, that tickled. Thank you for that. All right. Oh, the worst timing is for them. It really is.
Out of my way.
There you go. Get something back. All right. I was hoping that'd be a little bit better numbers. Was hoping it'd be a little better numbers. But if we can get rid of them, that'll be okay. All right, Ophelia. I guess I need you to. Well, you're better just to use
This should help.
heal yourself. I really don't need you to do anything at the moment. Yeah, they are probably axe. It would be my guess, right? Probably. They are.
The battle.
All right,
is
can you
truly
come up big with your 1,000 spears, please? You missed one.
I'll do my
That's
best.
okay. That is okay. All right, probably now. No, it's he's gonna get another attack. Alright, one's gone.
An interesting dilemma.
Love for you to... you know, unless he does like a really big, terrible hit. I always loved the dancer.
I spare no expense.
Nothing extra though. 12.
Now then,
You're getting harder and harder to beat off each time here, bud. You're making my life more difficult.
the dagger stands.
But luckily, every single one of us can do something, which is great. So don't have to worry too much about them.
I appreciate it, really.
God, that SP that you are not giving a lot there. That sucks.
I'll not be
Would
defeated.
love to get rid of you.
Prepare yourself.
Love to get rid of you.
May the sacred flame shine forth.
Oh, how are you not gone away yet?
Victory
God.
shall be mine.
Terrible. Terrible, terrible. Of course you'd get another move.
The dagger stands.
Okay, that tickled. We're getting there though. I feel like he needs a much better dagger or strength or something. That'd be a little nicer. No, you just recovered. Shit. I mean, for sure you've got to get rid of that thing. Come on. Still?
What is the logical course?
Victory shall be mine.
All right. As long as he doesn't bring out any more idiots, this might be good.
I wreak havoc upon thee.
5,000's good. Wonderful numbers. Wonderful numbers. He's not even in yellow though, so that's a little bit of a problem. Not giant issue, but all right. So we're gonna have to start getting people.
I could use a
You need your SP back, my friend. We all sort of need
I'll do my
SP.
best.
SP. There isn't an item that does everything, right? Yeah, he only has like, yeah, I guess I could have analyzed him or whatever. Get an idea. Just hope he doesn't like smack Ophelia for 1,000.
Allow me to have a look.
39,000. Halfway.
Sorry.
Literally what I said. Literally what I said. I should have known that was going to happen.
The dagger stands.
now.
All right, you were gonna go twice, so let's get our friend up here,
How about this?
and then we're gonna get you to do
Interesting dilemma.
a plum basket. No, grape bunch. See, that's not even a lot. I mean, in all honesty, probably just healing grape to Alberic would probably be enough. Just don't hit me hard. Okay, that. Oh, what did you do now? You penis. Oh, what did he do? What is that? That is wrong with me. What does the X mean? Silenced. You blinded me with. Does that even matter with him? He doesn't really cast spells, but
Have this.
I'd rather have it not be an issue, I
Out
guess.
of my way.
I appreciate it, really.
The battle is truly joined.
What? Is it really just a strength thing? Is that why he's hitting so much harder? And therefore getting a lot more out of me? Shit. Oh, Beric is much stronger. Yeah, I saw that. Much stronger. Alright, yeah, let him get his move in. Let him do what he's gotta do.
My turn.
There's no, I don't want to waste my boost upcoming. Oh my god, now he's added a physical augmentation. That's wonderful. I'm so glad you did that. Plus, you may have stronger dagger on all. Could you imagine? I probably should have one on Therian, but yeah, I guess we might as well do the doublemint fireball. Oh, but now his defense is up now too, though, isn't it? That sucks. All right, what do you need to do? I mean, that probably could be really good.
Wither your strength.
Oh, okay, so that got rid of that. If you have a stronger dagger, it makes sense when on Albrecht he's the bigger damage dealer. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I love making sense here.
Time to steal the show.
1400. Oh, that's because his defense is. Wow, that defense really that really eats that up. Shit. That was a little bit of a waste. That was a little bit of a waste.
Victory shall be mine.
Armor corrosive would negate that if you have. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm counting on you.
Well then.
It's getting to that point where it almost won't matter, but oh, is it worth it with her to have the boost to just hit him 4 times? Like, is that a waste of her boosts? You know, everyone's got health. I see, like, you know, SP could obviously be used, but well, armor corrosive is either a thief or it's a warrior ability. I know I've seen it. Like I'm trying to, you know, I'm back to that numbers thing, right? So like he's got 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I could actually get, no, I can't. Could be maybe even 3. Yeah.
Prepare yourself.
Wait, you mean just use it 3 times? Or do you meaning also using it with Albrecht? Okay. I mean, I guess I could have hit her with light, but it's just easier to. Yeah, he has got armor corrosive, but is it better to do it now?
I see.
Probably. All right, we got rid of it.
What is the logical
Dagger
course of
take
action?
4. Yeah. But what I was thinking was actually, I realized this. I was like, after I was like, oh shit, he doesn't have the 1,000 ban thing, so I sort of screwed it a little bit. But I'm in good shape, relatively. He'll get his 1 tack, and then we'll be okay. I hope.
Victory shall be mine.
Okay, don't want to waste Albrecht's boost here, and it's not going to matter. So let him get his move in. Let him do what it is that he wants to do. That tickled. Oh God, that sucks. Okay, you screwed me. You hit me hard and then you screwed me.
I'll take this.
We'll be alright. Everything will be alright. Yeah, no lube. I know, how dare they, right? Like every goddamn time. Can you donate BP to yourself? No.
I'm counting on you.
Victory shall be mine.
With my luck, one of those things would miss.
I'll do my best. Oh, sacred light.
I can almost plan this
I will not be
outright
defeated.
properly.
Have this.
If my brain works properly,
Victory
which it
shall
never
be mine.
does, but sometimes. What do you have that would... That could be good. Have that on Albrecht for his next turn. And then when we
My turn.
smack him here. Alright, so he's broken. Donate to Therian.
I'm counting on
So
you.
he can do his thing, his max.
The battle is... My blade is unbending! I wreak havoc upon thee!
7,400. That's
I will
huge.
not be defeated.
Is there another one that I can put on somebody or something? Whether I can debuff him? That's sort of what I'm trying to look for here. Are there other items that boost? Candy. Tree nuts. No, doesn't really look like it. I feel like, you know, the Holy Light would be fine. Grants a single ally the ability to reflect. No, that doesn't. Boost damage? Yeah, not really. Yeah, so it's basically just... I mean, he is in yellow now. 1,900, that's nothing to snack up.
Let's do this. Time to steal the show.
2,200. We're getting there. We're getting there. Where is your hired help? Come on, I need the dancer to come up big with a nice poison. Yes! Poison and blind. Perfect.
My turn now.
That's what I was after right there. That's beautiful. All right. Really dig in our heels here if we can.
Have at you! The dagger stands!
Big points. I don't know if we'll get it, but
I appreciate it, really.
the hope is that he'll miss, is my take. Like, his next attack or whatever it is that he wants to do, he wears it.
A tempest of ice shall rage.
Victory shall be mine.
So this is where I fight for myself here. Do I get the for sure? Do I use all of Albrecht's boost to guarantee the hit? Or do I play like I hope he's blind and that he'll miss me in attacking? Yeah, so don't waste it. Yeah, don't waste it. So in other words, he's gonna it's almost irrelevant, like, you know, we're gonna get him with the next go. So what can we do here? Again, I guess probably use Abide, right? Or Big Senpai brand, yeah, so yeah, we gotta be close. Oh god. Oh, he took BP. He hit me for BP there. Oh, thank god he didn't do that to Albrecht. Oh, that tickled. Oh, that tickled, you sweet bastard. You tried something on me
I
there.
appreciate it, really.
You piece of shit. How dare you? Alright. Yeah, he's a nasty, but he sure is.
I'm counting on you.
Let's get for sure here.
I'll not be defeated.
Oh no. Oh no. I didn't realize. I thought she had a... No matter how many times I hit that. Shit. I mean, we have health. Except for Therian, we have health. But none of this is gonna hit twice. Shit. I wish she had the double spells. Oh, that hurts. Yeah, heal Therian. We'll be okay. As long as he doesn't hit Albrecht for the BP, which now that I mention it, that makes it happen for sure. Oh, you screwed yourself, you jackanity.
I see through the defenses.
Get rid of that armor, my friend. Get rid of that armor. I'm not having any part of this. All right. Okay, what is the... I want to do this right. I could just hit him with that.
Oh, sacred light.
Make our life easy.
No.
All right, so he's ready to... Okay, so that's the physical attack.
Wither your strength.
So that gets rid of that.
An interesting dilemma.
The Abide should still be around. Should be good. So maybe we should... Okay, we can donate some BP to Therian at least.
I'm counting on you.
Smack him here. Anything for... We could poison him. I don't think we're at that point where we need to poison him, though. Like it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get the hit. Actually, you know what? Do it.
Suffer.
I'll not be defeated.
And smack him.
What is the logical course of action?
Donate Therian.
I'm counting on you.
Got 2 max blows to go.
The battle is my blade is unbending. I wreak havoc upon thee.
7,400. Not bad. It's a good number.
My turn now.
All right, what do you got? What can you do?
Myself.
1,900.
Out of my way.
I'm up big, Therian. I'm up big.
Time to steal the show.
2,200. He did so much more previously. I don't know what happened there, but
The dagger stands.
huge numbers.
What is the logical
Huge
course of
numbers. Rest. What's your SP got? Oh, it's speed. It's speed, not attack. My bad, not strength. I still think he has tons of speed, though. I could be wrong. Generally, I've been known to be wrong a few times in my life. All right, we gotta look at the numbers again here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh god, we're gonna be close.
The battle is truly joined.
She's gonna be close.
A small blade cuts deep.
Out of my way.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to. She does not have one. I need to hit. I need to hit 3 if I do not want him to get another chance.
Try that.
I'll not be defeated.
No, magic's the go-to here. Magic is the go-to.
Oh, sacred
Here, but there are daggers and armors to increase speed. Every bit stacks up. Big brain strats coming into play. Yes, everything is. Like again, what'll screw me here is if I miss.
A small blade cuts deep.
Like I'm doing big boy math here, but like I can't afford a miss.
Appreciate it. Really.
I'll do my best.
Oh, she probably needs a fucking heal.
Bring
A
about
true
the
professional.
miracle.
Careful about those types of words you're throwing around there, big boy.
Next.
What is it that he's got on there? It's something.
I spare no expense.
Yes!
Studied harder.
Of all the moves that kill him, he gets beat up by a dancer. Holy shit, first try. Oh, that went well. That went well. Pomegranate for my troubles. Wait, you're not gonna talk? Preposterous! I am all powerful. I am eternal. Immortal.
What in the...
Immortal? Anything I see right now, buddy, I am not seeing immortal. Lies. They were all lies. Lies? Who lied to you? It cannot end like this. It must not. Professor?
You have my gratitude.
You saved my life, Therese.
Thank goodness.
Oh, Professor. I'm so glad you're... What have I done? A teacher endangering the life of his pupil. But I can reflect upon my failings another time. For now, I must get to you to safety. Morlai. There we go.
Awake, are you?
Yes, Professor.
Therese. I must know what you saw and heard. You'll tell me, yes?
Just so I was clear, I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday. This game apparently ends, or you get the ending scene when you finish your starting character's Chapter 4 story. So, if that's true, with the way that I would want to play it, leave Therion's Chapter 4 story for the last one that I would be doing. That way, you know, I guess sort of everybody gets their story. Everyone gets to have their Cody Rhodes moment.
One day I heard the headmaster talking to someone in his office.
Yeah, I think it was you that mentioned it, Kat. Yeah.
I couldn't make out the other voice, but they were talking about you. They were saying they would see you dead. So I...
You came all the way here to warn me.
Yes, Professor.
I see. Well, Therese. As your teacher, I must scold you for your most reckless and careless actions.
Oh no. Then there's a true ending? How... I mean, I'm enjoying my time with the game. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not. I know I look like I surprise you people every once in a while with you know, some. Yeah, I'm probably not really interested in a grind.
I understand, Professor.
But
Like, quite frankly, I'd be happy with you know, everyone getting their end story and then just going for it. I mean,
in that dark pit.
if I gotta do some grinding, I could always do it off stream, but you know,
And so,
I'm happy once credits
as a man,
roll.
I owe you a debt of gratitude. Thank you, Therese, from the bottom of my heart.
So you can consider the game done after character stories.
But you must promise me one thing.
What is it, Professor?
In the future, pray consult someone you can trust before embarking
Yeah,
on
that's the
such
thing.
a
I got so many
dangerous
games
course
that
of action.
I've been really itching to play, and finish, and I don't want it to be
I'm sorry, Professor, but I did learn from the best.
I don't want this to turn into like Baldur's Gate. Like I've really been frustrated with my last few playthroughs and streams, I guess, of Baldur's Gate, and it's tough when a game that you're enjoying so much gets frustrating for really no apparent reason. And again, that's a little bit a part of why I don't really know how to play Baldur's Gate. I know that sounds stupid, but you know, you really got to think outside the box and inside the box and all sorts of weird things I'm not really used to. Like, it's not linear in any way, shape, or form, or it is, but it's not. And I feel like I'm stuck at a point where, like, I feel like I'm at end game, but, like, you know, it didn't work out that way, and I don't know. Also could do a members only stream while grinding and hang out. I know some streamers will do that. I don't know if Twitch allows that. I guess like that would be the equivalent. Like, I know members is like a paid thing on YouTube. I guess that would be like a subscribers only stream, but I wouldn't negate anybody from watching my stream. I wouldn't have that. I mean, if I would find like a weird day of where like, oh, like I could stream, or like an there are days that pop up where like I could stream, but like I might not have the cam on because the wife might be home, or I might be running around. So it might be like one of those days, like an odd Wednesday or something. Usually my wife's off on Wednesdays, not that we always do anything. So it might be something like that. If I have an odd day that I can play that's not a part of the regular repertoire of the schedule, I might do it. Like you might go back to it type of thing if we have to.
Professor,
But I would never lock anybody out of content. I know that's a way for a lot of the bigger streamers and a lot of YouTubers sort of look at that of like, oh, become part of the members and you get to members only, exclusivity. And I get how the grab bag works, of course. You know,
I must
you want
continue my
people
journey.
to pay into that, like, well, give them material
Yes,
to watch.
I'll
but
include assignments to keep your mind sharp.
my ugly mug is available for free everywhere. I'm relatively a little bit excited of going back to multi-streaming in the new year. I really do look forward to that. Once all the moons and everything arise, what I want to do with it is when I do it, I want to do it with like a clean slate. Like I don't want to be in the middle of a game. So most likely, like I don't know if I'll be starting Reverie before or not the new year. I think I will, but I'm almost thinking of keeping that for the new year because I mean, God, we're already November, and before you know it, it'll be the end of the year. I'm assuming I'll be able to wrap up this in Baldur's Gate before the end of the year, and then we can start nice, fresh, and anew into the new year with some good stuff and on both. I do love communism. What's wrong with communism? Wait, don't quote me on that. That's gonna get lost as a clip, isn't it? Right? I had this conversation with a friend at work about like a better theory on communism. Like every country that currently runs communism doesn't really do communism, right? Like it's not legit because like, you know, there's still poor people, there's still rich people. Like that's not real communism. That's like socialism with extra steps or something. Like a true communism should be like, you know, everyone's got a 2,000 square foot house. Everyone gets to relatively drive a Honda Accord or a Toyota Corolla or Camry or something. And, you know, and everything's like, you know, not overly expensive. Everyone has health care, that type of thing. Is that a level of communism?
But I think we've talked enough for the day. You should rest.
Yeah, we'll have to see where it takes us, DJ. Like, the one thing is too, like, I mean, you know, the holidays do get a little bit slower for the streams, just because, you know, I'll be going a few places, but I don't think I'm actually going anywhere this year because I work on Christmas and Boxing Day at the Dildo Factory. So, usually we go to the in-laws, but they're not coming back from Florida because everyone's working. So. I mean, you finish Octopath 1, then you can move on to Octopath 2. Yes.
One more thing.
On YouTube as well, right? It's all to me. There's always the law of diminishing returns. OT is a big grind for endgame, and the optional boss makes the other bosses look like babies. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
But so, like,
this now?
I've grinded before, like, off-stream for games if it's needed. Persona 3 comes to mind. Not the new one, but the old one. Like, I had to run around Tartarus to level up just so, like, it wouldn't be so fucking difficult. So if that's, like, something I have to do off-stream, if I just have to grind and get my levels up, I can do that off-stream. And then when we get to the point of actually doing the story spot, then I could go and actually stream it.
Once you were out of the way, there was a place he would go.
But again, it is still it's still all the timing, right? Like I don't have a lot of time in my evenings to do a lot in game. Like when I'm gaming, this is it. You guys are seeing it. So yeah, and you guys got your Thanksgiving in a few weeks, right?
Intriguing. And where might that be, pray tell?
or as we like in Canada, like to call it, a day full of football. Because we had our Thanksgiving a few weeks ago ourselves. Because we're weird and we have to do it in October. Communism clip made. Damn it.
I appreciate your concern, but I will go there. I must.
Thanks, Kat.
In a way, we are not so different.
But I always remember.
And I.
Rest in peace to this man, but Anthony Bourdain, I remember, if you remember him from, travel shows and CNN, Parts Unknown and whatnot, I remember he had gone to China.
Professor.
And, he's a big name, and, they wanted to wine and dine him. And I remember him saying, I'm sure there's a clip of it on YouTube or something, but there's a clip of him, he's in some giant high-rise, hotel. It's extravagant and everything. And he's around a bunch of dignitaries and a bunch of people who are probably well off in China. And he's sitting here he's talking to, to a few people who understand English. And he's like, I'm trying to understand, China's a communist country, right? And they're like, well, yeah. And he's sitting there and he's throwing his hands up. He's like, what am I missing? He's like, is everyone allowed to come here and indulge? And they all laugh, right? Because they know it's a joke, right? Because it's not really communism. It's, you still have the rich people where the communism doesn't apply to them. It only applies to below them, right? And he was sitting there this isn't it, right? It's not that this can't exist, but it has to be available to everyone. If everyone wants to come here and enjoy a good meal, they should be able to, but and they can't. And I remember that really bugged him. I've read books, before he had passed, that he'd had statements and wrote about that really bugged him. And this applies not just in China, but in numerous places where what's going on?
Thirst for knowledge. Bordering
and the fact that everyone was in on the laugh, they thought it was a joke, and he was being serious about it, that bugged him.
And yet, our philosophies regarding the ultimate purpose of knowledge could not.
Almost time to decorate for Christmas. Eventually you will probably see a tree behind me, so I will probably turn off the blur effect and everything. But I think my tree will go right behind me. Generally, I don't know if you guys, in America, so November 11th is is Remembrance Day in Canada. It's not like it's an official rule or anything, but most people sort of put off putting up their decorations before Remembrance Day. I believe, is it Veterans Day in America? If or around that time as well, it's where we remember, the world wars and people who fought for our country and whatnot. But it's like that offset rule of it's a little bit of a distaste to not put up decorations until afterwards. But people do. I would say my wife and we put up our Christmas lights on our balcony, and it was purely because the weather cooperated. It's been relatively beautiful here for a fucking November. Where it's 60, 70 degrees for you, Freedom units, 15 degrees, 18 degrees the last few days. So, take advantage of the nice days where we can put up some stuff. we got some stuff up, but the tree hasn't gone up or anything. In the Netherlands, it's after St. Nicholas Day. Okay. The Christmas guy?
The headmaster
Saint
used
Nick?
his position
Chris
and
Kringle?
prestige to hoard knowledge for
Père
his
Noël?
own foul ends.
Santa Claus?
As an academic, I cannot forgive this. Knowledge is for one and all.
Yeah, you get that streaming room all done there, DJ. I feel like we've been talking about that for years.
We inherit the knowledge of our ancestors and pass it on to those who follow us. Only then is its true value realized. Headmaster Yvonne believed true knowledge should begin and end with him. He was wrong.
It's 75 degrees outside right now. Yeah, it is It is 14 degrees Celsius where I am. Like, knocking on all the wood, like, you know, it's relatively really nice outside. Like, it's funny. I can remember Octobers. I can remember like Halloween's where it was snowing, like blizzard outside. And then I can also remember, like, not too many years ago, I was golfing in November. Like, it was so beautiful outside, like much like it is right now.
Always remember this, Therese.
I don't know if it's just like, you know, a weird warm front, or if it's, you know, the climate change is real or whatnot. I mean, of course it's real, but, you know, if that's what it is.
Bounty?
They always say, like, when you have these super mild falls, like just before winter hits, like that they say, like, oh, you're gonna have a real harsh winter, like, you know, it's gonna be super cold and a lot of snow. But, you know, it hasn't really happened the last couple of years. It's been relatively warm, but I'll take it.
The more of us that possess true knowledge.
Ran into other things that were more important. Had to spend money replacing a main water line. Ooh, that sucks. Do you guys have like a weird thing of like outside, like on the city side, like, I don't know if you guys still have like lead water lines or whatever. Like, it's a lot of things that are going on around our area. Like, not that I got to shell out money for it, I'm in an apartment, but so the city's like replacing all of the main water lines from, like, you know, 100 years ago, like where they used to be lead, and replacing them with something else. It's not lead, but they will only replace it up to where it goes off to people's houses, and then they tell people like, hey, you have a lead water line, we want you to replace it. And it's like, you know, you got to dig up your whole house and spend thousands of dollars, and then the city's like, yeah, we'll give you like $500 to you know, towards that. And you're like, this is gonna cost me like $5,000. Like, so that I've had friends that have had to do that, and like, and you don't really have the choice, is what I've seen. Like, if the city ends up doing the main street that runs by your house, you're sort of like, well, hey, we already got the street torn up, so yeah, you probably want to take care of that right now. You get a water leak. That sucks. I'm sorry, DJ. Hey, Anna. How are you?
Those who seek knowledge must never forget.
Thank you for sharing that picture with me on Discord.
That is what I believe.
I do not know who that man is, but it's good to put a face to the name. I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle at Alpha 1.
Those who use their knowledge for nefarious ends must be stopped.
Okay, like original, like when the house was built type of thing? Or even further back, like, you know, when horses and carriages type of thing.
So, it would be wrong of me to keep this to myself. The headmaster said he was headed to the town of Duskbarrow.
I have a major question for people in the chat. Huge question. I have to retape my hockey stick. Do I use black tape or white tape? Helped your father take a vegetable box apart. Why'd you take the vegetable box apart? Was it like coming apart? Are you putting in a new vegetable box? I was old, okay.
I see. Thank you, Therese.
When the house was built, yeah. Such a Canadian question. I mean, we gotta be, right?
Do not worry. Your teacher.
I mean, maybe I
will
should
not
go out of my
make the
way
same
and buy
mistake
like
twice.
the rainbow tape to really show my colors on the ice, right?
When I act, I will exercise due caution.
I can believe you this time?
Why don't you go and rest your little head
Please
there?
do, my dear girl.
Come on, Therese.
If you say so, then I shall see you when you return.
You have my word. I will arrange.
I assume you guys don't
someone to
grow
look
any
after you
vegetables
until
in
your
the
strength
winter, right?
returns.
So sort of like perfect time to take it out while it's still mild out and build a new one in the spring. Septic, you're not on city water, DJ? You're on a septic tank? I thought people only out in the sticks were we're with that. All right, let's go and get a rest. Everyone needs HP and SP sauce. That's relatively how it works out here. I mean, I'm a city boy, so I know of septic tanks. I know where the poo goes, but I've never had to take part in that. You don't live in the city. Okay. All right, we are heading out.
Duskbarrow. Whatever did the headmaster seek there?
You're in Tennessee, right, DJ?
To that dreadful beast, the power he obtained was an unholy one indeed.
I wanted if I'm correct, if it was Tennessee, I can't remember. I feel like you would have mentioned it already but Kane isn't your mayor, right? Do you live in the county that Kane is the mayor? Or nearby?
Is it
boggles my mind as a wrestling fan that people may live in a county that Kane is the mayor. Just to see him like walking around, some giant 7-foot guy, bald, terrifying to look at.
And yet, I find it hard to believe that transforming himself into a demon was the headmaster's.
Yeah, like what's he? He's mayor of like, is it Knox County or something? I think, because I know there's. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's Nashville, Tennessee. Then there's a Knoxville, Tennessee, right? And then there's a Knox County, which I believe Kane is the mayor of. You live an hour and a half away from where he is mayor. Okay, is that like a small county? Like, is he the mayor of a little county that has like 8 people that live in it or something, or is it relatively,
after all,
town sized?
He was betrayed, and the original copy of the tome is still nowhere to be found.
Knox, okay.
So many questions remain. But now I know where I can find the answers.
Oh, Knox County is Knoxville. Wait, so is Kane mayor of Knoxville? And you live in that was the next one I was trying to think of what it was. I wanted to say like it was a train name or something, but I didn't want to be mean. Chattanooga. Knoxville's a pretty big city.
And whatever dark secrets.
That's what I hear from Johnny Knoxville. And so Cyrus left Stoneguard behind, having witnessed with his own eyes the nightmarish powers contained within the pages of that baleful tome. But what do Yvonne and his cohorts truly seek? Whether he was ready to face them or not, Cyrus would find his answers in Duskbarrow. Yeah, Chattanooga. Choo-choo! Choo-choo indeed. Professor? That monster. You speak of Headmaster Yvonne. Yeah. He seemed just like a normal person, and then some monsters are created in laboratories. So it's certainly possible to transform a man into one. There will always be people prepared to use knowledge for vile ends. I never thought knowledge to be so frightening. Yes, but remember that while it can serve evil, it is also the weapon we need to defeat that same evil. You mean it all depends on who uses it? Precisely. That's why you see the pursuit of knowledge demands virtue and integrity. Knowledge nobly won can be shared for the benefit of all men. I warrant that if it had been you who'd found that knowledge, you would have known to use it for good. Such glowing praise. You flatter me, dear lady. If my company makes me move to Hotlanta, I was thinking of putting the roots in Chattanooga. It would be quite a bit of a drive. I always hear of, like, DJ, when usually she'll go to Atlanta to watch the Atlanta Braves baseball. I think she's gone there for some WWE events. But I never drove through Tennessee. But I know, it obviously would be quite the trek. But if you're able to work from home, and then you would only have to leave the office to go and check in Atlanta from Chattanooga every once in a while, I guess it wouldn't be too bad. But everybody has different takes on what's too much of a drive for them. Like myself, basically after about 4 to 5 hours, I'd be considering taking a plane. I hate driving. I hate it. But 90 minutes or so, that's not bad. I can't believe there's people in this world who do 90 minutes plus a drive daily. One way. Like the goofballs that work in Tirana. Every day, 2 hours. Just of your life, gone. Going to work, coming back. Terrible. Alright, let's go back on in and let's start up the next chapter 3. Your corporate headquarters is only 5 minutes away from the Brave Stadium. I would love to. Is it still called Turner Field? I know there's a new one. It's probably some corporate name now. It would be one way. Oh, that's alright. Alright. Checking out that world map. What do we got left? I think we have one chapter 3 left. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Primrose. Chapter 3 in Noble Court. Man, we got a lot of work to do. Alright. So we gotta get Primrose in. Change the party. So Primrose is level 27. So that's not bad. Ophelia went up to 35. Basically up almost 6 levels, I think, from that fighting. But this is the problem we're running into. I don't know who to get rid of. Ophelia is way too important to get rid of for healing. But someone like a Cyrus is so important with the study the foes. Like an Alberic hits so fucking hard. Oh, I don't know who to get rid of. It probably is Alberic. But if anyone's got any ideas, I'm all ears. Truest Park now, I believe. Okay, that sounds like the name of a bank or something. So we got to put Primrose or Primrose in. Now, I mean, I'm open to putting Primrose into where Ophelia is, but then we just need to fix the healing part. Like that's huge. I know Primrose I think can heal a little bit, but that's got to be taken care of. Anyone can also be a cleric if needed, or a scholar. Okay. Maybe I will get rid of Ophelia then. It's gonna hurt though, because she is much lower level than Ophelia was to start. Not much, but I mean, again, it'll hurt. So I guess we might have to change Primrose to a cleric. Yeah, Primrose cleric. Why not, right? Roro? Cyrus cleric? I think I need the heals. Or a scholar? I mean, what do you think? Like, the problem, like, you can heal with items. Like, you certainly can. But it is really nice to be able to heal via the magic, like with the cleric job. Like, it is nice. And I think we can build her that way. And of course, she's dressed for the part, right? And we'll take a look at those, you know, the equipment, make sure that everything's right. So let's take a look at the skills. So, you know, she doesn't have a lot of points. So, you know, we're obviously gonna have to learn heal more. And probably revive. And that's gonna do it. Oh no, she can learn something else. Luminesce. Alright, that's not bad. I have 1,000 Japan, or 11,000 Japan points? Jesus Christ. Whose story am I doing next? Primrose. Primrose's. Status augmentations you grant to allies will persist for one more turn. 50% chance of counterattacking. Recover a certain amount of SP. Oh, that's the other one I liked. Ooh. So Dancer, maybe for Ophelia, might be a good one. That might be a good one. Do I even have Dancer? I guess that's the next question. Once per battle, upon being incapacitated, so I'm thinking I might have to do inner strength. She's gonna need all the help she can get. Alright. Oh, next equipment. Alright. You need to optimize your stuff. There you go. Accessories, what do we got? Elemental attack, probably. I don't even know what she does. SP for 30. Huh. Might need to buy a, I guess that's the problem of, like, is there a place I can see everyone's equipment? There has to be. It's probably inside the tavern, right? Yes. So I was gonna say, like, yeah, like people who are not in the freaking group, like, so am I missing something? Like, should I be, like, if I have my group Therian, Primrose, Cyrus, and Alberic, should I be taking off the gear off of everybody else? You can one-click unequip those not in the part. Wait, I can? How? I mean, I see unequip all. Is that the one click you're saying? Some would argue that's more than one click. And then, okay, yeah, so she gets some, okay, well, okay. So throw in the bracelet, she's gonna need SP. She could use HP, more SP. Elemental defense looks already pretty good. Evasion, speed. Speed's probably... Speed, you never can go wrong with speed, right? And then what? Optimize with everybody else. She's been done. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. Let's go rest. And then carry on to the next story. Elemental Augmenter raises your magic attack by 100. That's huge. So So who should that go on? Cyrus, right? That should go on Cyrus, right? Cyrus or Primrose? I probably actually Primrose then. 307. Yeah, actually, that'll look good. Thank you for reminding me. All right. Rest. That's why we have multiple eyes looking at things here, folks. It helps so much more. Whoever has your highest magic attack, it makes them hit harder. It sure does. It sure does. All right, let's head on over. I think we're good. Again, we have a great party. 65 beautiful hours. Level 40. That might be rough, but I thought the other one was going to be rough, and it wasn't. So, the Noble Court, we go. Shouldn't something be triggering if she's in my party? How come it didn't like trigger? I mean, I know I can just go to the tavern, but how come the story didn't trigger? Like it normally does. You probably entered once before and chose not to do. Oh, yes. That sounds about right. All right. Hear a tale. Heeding the words of the dying crow, you have come home to Noble Court, where you hope to find the truth that has eluded you for so long. I really love the art that was above me there as well. In the town of Still Snow, Primrose got her first taste of revenge. There, she struck down the left wing of the crow, driving the dagger engraved with her family's words into his breast. Faith shall be your shield. The words have served her well. Now, two remain. The man with the mark on his right arm, and the foulest bird of all with the mark on his neck. Go home to Noble Court, she was told. There you will find the truth you seek. But will this truth bring her peace or further pain? And so, after too many years, Primrose comes home.
Oh my.
How long has it been? When I left, I thought I would never return to this place. The crow said I would find the truth here. But what truth was he speaking of? Two more men bearing the mark of that foul bird. My search continues here. Look, that young lady. Is that not Lady Primrose?
No.
You're seeing things, friend. House Azelhart is nothing but a memory now. Right, of course. No need to drag up old ghosts. There's plenty enough going on in the present. Just look. Wait, did they shut down the sex factory where she used to work? What's happening over there? Darling, please, open your eyes. No, say it's not so. Crying shame, that. Just as his business was starting to take off.
Just so.
Rumor has it he voiced his displeasure with his lordship a bit too loudly, if, catch my meaning. That's why I keep my mouth shut. Lest I end up dead on the street like that poor sod.
What?
A murder? In Noble Court of all places?
But...
When I was young, Father and the City Watch saw that hardly a crime was committed here. What has become of this place since I left? Primrose single-handedly closing down all of the sex factories, right? Is this the coroner? Move out of the way, you slack-jawed fools! Can't have dead people lying in the streets? We're here by express order of his lordship to inspect the scene. Now clear out, as we toss you in the ghoul. The jail? I think that's jail. We're impeding the investigation.
How can that...
The Lord's Old Guardsman? Investigating the crime? Where's the City Watch? I don't think the City Watch is around anymore.
Hey,
I know that man. He's one of Father's trusted friends. Ravello Forsyth, Lieutenant Commander of the City Watch, or at least he used to be. So he was spared the wrath of the crows, at least. A raven from Still Snow, sir. I feel the tidings are ill. Master Rufus is, Oh. So the left wing has been clipped. It was the Azelhart girl that did the deed, you say. She still lives after all. Guess we'll just have to do something about that. Mark my words, the Azelhart line ends here.
Could it be?
Lady Primrose? Is it truly you, Lady Primrose?
impossible.
I know that voice. From a lifetime ago.
Primrose.
Do mine eyes see true? You've grown lovelier than I ever could have dreamed, Lady Primrose.
Simeon.
Where have you been all these years? Not here, that's for certain. You know, I always wanted to run as fast and far away as I could from this stuffy old town. So I set out on a journey across the realm. And yet, no matter how far I traveled, I could not escape from the pain of losing you.
Of course.
These days, I make a living as a playwright of sorts. I pen dramas and tragedies for the stage. You always did have a way with words. I swore I would never return to this place. Then, one day, I felt an odd yearning. And no sooner do I arrive than I'm reunited with you. Fate is a mysterious thing, is it not?
Primrose.
But enough about me. Where have you been all these years, my love? What do I even tell him? There's not a thing I can say without sullying his memories of me forever.
I'm sorry.
My apologies. That was a little too forward of me. You needn't say a thing. Besides, I can imagine all too well without hearing a word. Life has not been kind to you, and though you have grown all the more beautiful through the hardships you've no doubt suffered, it still pains me that you had to suffer them. Simeon's gentle words stirred something in Primrose, a feeling she had not felt in many years. For the first time in what seemed like forever, she felt, somewhere deep in her heart, a measure of peace. He's too kind to me. He always was. Make way for the Queen's guards! Oi! What you two do loitering about? It looks like a spot of trouble if I'd say no to avoid. Come, let's find somewhere we can chat in private.
Seeing you again, it brings back so many memories. Memories of my childhood days in this town. I could never understand why my father was so strict with me. I was always running off to the gardens for a good cry.
And that was where I would find you. And find an excuse to shirk my duties as gardener's apprentice. I wanted nothing more than to spend time with you. To be a part of your world. Little lady, why do you cry so?
What?
We couldn't help but be drawn to one another, like the bees drawn to the nectar of the fragrant blooms.
My beer is empty. I hate that
You
feeling.
were always penning poems for me. Your words, your songs, gave me comfort and solace. In the darkest days,
5 o'clock
after I lost
somewhere.
Father, you
It
would
is,
sing
Kat.
for me.
It
over
is.
and over.
But I gotta take off in like a half an hour, and then I gotta go play hockey, and then I'll have more beers. But I don't stream that part.
To tell the truth, Primrose, I left this town to search for you. I tried so many times to forget you, to accept that you were gone. Yet time and again, I found myself reciting the poems.
Time for a not Belgian moon, right? Exactly. American moon? Canadian moon? China moon?
Can you forgive me, Primrose?
Isn't a China moon called a Yingling? You were talking to a friend about the U.S. erection.
There is nothing.
That's always
to
a good thing to talk to a U.S. friend
It was
about,
all
right?
So very long ago.
Which way did they
I
swing?
too have moved on from those days. I have found my own reason to go on.
The way you would never.
And when the moon waxes full and bright and dark,
Well, I say we vote for a third party.
Worlds away from earthly sorrow.
Go ahead. Throw your vote away. Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
Would that sleep hold you in her soft embrace?
The Jordan Party? No, because some people would say that's the Communist Party, right?
Then
But I got
shall
your
my
vote
eyes
there,
close,
Lothar, so...
lips open in prayer. For it is only in dreams that we may meet
I think
again.
Kang and Kodos would be the way to go. Probably. And don't forget to vote for Kang. I mean, Bob Dole. Everybody, Bob Dole.
Simeon.
I am President Clinton. Small miniature flags for some, abortions for all. Right? I think that's how that went. How can you not love The Simpsons, right? And then there was silence. In that moment, there's nothing that words could convey.
Lady Primrose, I intend to remain in town for some time yet.
Watching Family Guy right now. It's pretty good. Yeah. What's the other one that they had? American Dad, right? That's the lesser of the good shows, right?
I still have not.
And that's still not. It's not even like that's
knowing that I
terrible,
could not
right?
do more for you.
Yeah.
It tortures me to this day. If there is any way at all, in which I can be of service to you, my lady, you need only say the word.
Thank you, Simeon.
I think it's Simpsons, American Dad, then Family Guy is lesser.
Enough distractions. I must find the men marked by the crow.
There was a time where I think it was the first cancellation of Family Guy where like they were really hitting heavy. And then they got canceled. And then wasn't it like then everyone bought the DVDs and then everyone was like, "Oh, I guess we should bring back Family Guy." And then they hit like twice as hard and they're like, "Okay, like if you like money, we have to keep it this way, right?"
But where to begin?
A moment of your time.
May I be so bold as to pry? Huh? That man is very important to you, is he not? Why do you say that? It's a conjecture, based on how you both look at each other. Had you not chosen to live your life the way you do, I wonder if... You can stop right there, Professor. How I live my life is my affair, not yours. Yes, quite. I do apologize. You best be careful around him. He's sharper than he looks. With that, my friends, I'm going to call it a stream. It seems like I'm getting into a really good story, and I don't want to miss a part of it at all. And I can't really probably wrap anything up properly in 20 minutes than where it's giving me a stoppage of time. So, we're getting there, slowly but surely. The stories are getting a much longer, and it's harder for me to wrap up and do 2 stories in one stream, but especially if I can keep talking about beer and whatnot, but I digress. I think Final Fantasy XIV is planned for tomorrow. I'll see what's going on. I might pull an audible again and maybe play this or whatnot. I don't entirely know. Like the last time I mentioned that, Biscuits and Wolfslayer hopped on in and said they'd still like to play, but and I like to play and get through Stormblood as well, but I am really trying to get through the 2 smaller games that I have going on as well to see if we can get something going into the new year at least. So but everyone have a good day. A good evening. Don't overthink anything, okay? Because you don't want your brain to explode. That's never a good thing. So otherwise, everyone will be a communist soon. I think that's the way the world's going to work, and I'll be in charge. But with that, I thank you all for coming on in. Thank you very much for all of the help. And, we went well with a good fight there against a mean person. So we're going to jump on out, and as always, it's time for me to bounce out and say goodbye. And good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody! Ay, 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 ay!